back in the building. Hide your wife, women, and children. Look, Bruce is already ready. He's rocking.
You know what day it is today?
It is
Cowboys game day. Cowboys game day. When I get off the show, I got to start making the cowboy TikToks. Cowboy, I've got hat. I will be changing into the gear later.
Cowboys game day?
Dallas Cowboys game day, baby.
Got you.
It is football. We finally, first time since February, we have men hitting each other.
I was like, hold on, wait.
Not like that. Not like that other sport with the round ball. We're like, oh, he hit me. Oh, he gets a penalty because he touched me.
Well, I was thinking about men hitting each other.
Bunch of wusses.
I was thinking about men hitting each other because you know me, I'm a wrestling fan. So I apologize that I'm
but that's acting.
This is true. Sports entertainment. The E is a very big deal.
When they have the WrestleManias, I can direct you to on the dark web, the script, so you can follow along the script, so you can see, what they're supposed to say and do. And
I would rather not have it ruined for me.
Okay, all right.
I used to like check out the little not cheat sheets. What I want to say, I would check out the stuff that the spoilers, and I got to the point where it was too much spoiling, right? Because I would anticipate, oh, this guy's coming back, right? And I'm watching the match, and I'm like, oh, this is probably when he's coming. This is probably when he's coming, and then he never comes, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I realized I'm doing that to myself by reading spoilers. That's not legit, you know.
True that.
So
no, this is the actual script put together by WWE.
Allegedly.
Oh, no, it is. Because I was with some friends and we were watching, I don't know, something. And I said, oh, this guy's gonna do this and that, and then he actually did it. They're like, how'd you know that? I said, I got the script right here on my screen. I got it right here. Follow along.
I'm still gonna say allegedly. All right.
Okay, fine.
Just hold on. I am just tweeting the world or sharing to the world. Let me say that, and I am done. All right, cool. So guys, we are back.
Sometimes you do the post on Facebook correctly. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes I remember that you are on Facebook and I tag you. Sometimes I don't. Guys, we are how do we call it? 2/3. There you go. 2/3 of No Yes Men. Right now, at this very second, is the season finale for Ryzak's hit show Game Over with Clive versus Dr.
Spaceman, the Canadian. It's an all Commonwealth final. Got rid of all you Yankee Doodle losers, and it's all Commonwealth. God save the Queen. All Commonwealth final between that other guy and Dr. Spaceman.
That was really mean, but I'll tell you this. If
Clive you guys are traitors. You guys are traitors. You guys are traitors. Traitors.
Listen, if Clive doesn't win, we riot. Okay?
No. Spaceman FTW.
No. Dr.
Spaceman, you got it right. You said it. Hang on. You said it. Hang on. Can I clip that? I gotta clip that.
I'm taking this out of my ear. And if you can't hear us for whatever reason, the sound goes out, let me know. But all right, so let's look at the people in the chat. So let's give a shout out to, again, Bruce was first in the chat. Okay. Ray said OMG. Ray said, Jeff, you're a bum. And then the 49ers, Michael Penn is in the building. Mr. Urban Roll and his happy holiday nonsense. Doctor is winning. Doctor is not going to beat my guy Clive. Trust me. Only 4 months till Christmas. Shout out, Jeff. Ray said, what's up?
My God. Finally, Ray said something smart.
Yeah, right? That doesn't happen often.
It does not. Go.
Listen, that's like Ray. That's like Vet actually saying, Stadia Vet actually saying something smart. Doesn't happen often.
True that.
Anyways, so we got a show for you guys. You know what? We didn't go over. Whoops, we'll turn it down. we didn't go over our notes this week. So this week, I have no clue what you're bringing to the table. You have no clue what I'm bringing to the table.
True that.
Now, Jeff, I will say this. Guys, let's clap for Jeff because he brought a guest last week, and it was none other than Jackie from Liquid Bit, the developers of Killer Queen Black, and she was awesome. She was a treat, true treat, and it was really cool having her on there. So, Jeff, I know we have other guests on here, and not saying one guest is better than the other, but listen. And my wife is coming to.
Jackie is awesome. Jackie is awesome. She's probably in the chat lurking while she's working to quote our boy Squids. But yeah, we did announce that we are working out, or at least you are, a 1-day Killer Queen Black tournament. Now that it's a pro game, a Stadia pro game, more people can now play it who have not experienced it, and we will be coming out. With some information about a new pro game or about a new a 1 day, 2v2 maybe, little challenge. I know
Are you talking about the tournament?
Yeah.
So I apologize. My wife came in here to really interrupt me as she does sometimes. I'm streaming.
I'm keeping it going. I'm just keeping it going. Yeah,
but,
talking about the tournament. What that might look like, 2v2 or whatever. Yep.
Here's what was cool. So the new. Well, I can't say the newest because, again, thank you to Jeff. Jeff secured a new person for the Stadia Bash Community Network. Jeff was poaching. He was looking around. He said, hey, look at this guy. He got like 9,000 subscribers, but he's a smaller streamer as far as Stadia content.
It's called trolling. I was trolling. I was trolling the Twitter. Get it right.
Tell me about the story. Actually, start over, Jeff. I never asked you. How'd you find this guy? Share the story.
It's not that hard. So
Explain.
I don't know what people use. Guess you guys all use your phones for the Twitters.
Right.
I use something called TweetDeck, which was invented by some UK guys, and then it was bought out by Twitter a number of years ago. So it's just web-based, right? It's a free version. It's Twitter's version of Hootsuite. Ever used Hootsuite? You guys in the chat use it? Nope. You've never heard of Hootsuite? Oh, you people need to get out. You need to get out much. Basically, it's just a web-based Twitter client, and what it allows you to do is set up columns. So think of Excel, columns of different things. So I've got my notifications. Obviously, I've got my feed. I also have hashtags. I also have other things displayed. So, for example, one thing I was going to talk about last week, and we didn't get around to it, is I was going to show, because people often will tweet, and I was responding to some people this week. People often will tweet Twitter support. They tweet 2K, they tweet EA, and they get no response. And
it's such a long story, but go ahead.
I was gonna show how. Because it's real time. You can see the tweets flashing by how many people are tweeting Twitter support. And then they're like, Twitter support never got back to me. And Biohazard didn't get back to me. And blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so TweetDeck is for Twitter. That's what I use. I time my tweets. I do all of my stuff in there.
Okay.
And I have several hashtags that are columns in my thing. One of them is hashtag Stadia. Stadia 100, Team Stadia. And so Dan, I think Dan's in the chat. Dan just tweeted saying, I don't know, I'm playing Stadia or I'm doing something. And I'm like, who's this guy? I clicked on it and I saw that he had 9,000 subscribers. And I'm like, all right. That's when I sent it over to you. So it's not an impressive story. It's just that I have hashtags, and it's a lot of the same stuff. There's a lot of Reddit posts.
Your thing, it sounds like you got like the police scanner, right, of Stadia. It's coming through.
It's other hashtags. I used to have Madden hashtags, but I've now since removed them all. And I have other, it just depends on what I'm sort of into. I'm going to add, for Ray, I'm going to add hashtag Cowboys Nation, hashtag Dallas Cowboys, and stuff like that for tonight's game. So I can see what my other compatriots are chatting and I can get in there and tweet about the Cowboys who are going to win the Super Bowl this year. And that. So it was really just that. I saw the tweet. I saw his tweet because it was same thing. If you look at the hashtag, it's sitting right there. And I just clicked on it. And I went, who's this guy? What's this going on? And then I sent the stuff over to you and Ryzak. And I said, this guy should be on SBCN. And cool? And Dan, I think Dan's in the chat. He learned very firsthand. The Stadia community came out once we knew about it.
Yeah, man. It was cool. Like, so what was cool was you said, hey, I said, let me see how I'm going to contact you. You said, here's his email. I said, I don't want to do the email because I feel like he doesn't know me at all. It'll be impersonal just to email him. I said, I'm going to go to his stream. And you said, well, yes, 4 o'clock. I said, remind me. So what was cool was at 3:55, you said, hey, the guy streams in 5 minutes. I said, oh, thanks. I jumped in the stream, and I was the first person in the stream to say, hey, how's it going? I heard about you, and I wanted to offer you a spot on the Stadia Bash Community Network. He said, what is that? I started talking, then you jumped in, then other people jumped in, and it was crazy. It was like people just showed up. He was like, whoa. And, so that's the support we do. So any of you guys listening that are thinking about streaming, doing Stadia streams, or thinking about, or maybe you do, but you want to get a little bit of traction, what we do is just support you. We'll show up to your streams. We'll tweet you out. And we do stuff like that. And you just pretty much got to be you, right? You got to wow people. But we at least give you that. I always tell my Jennifer Lopez thing. Jennifer Lopez was a great artist, right? Or entertainer. Some people don't think she's a great singer, but she was a great entertainer when she was a kid, right? But nobody knew who the hell she was. She needed a platform to be seen. And when she got that platform to be seen, she blew up. So you guys are entertaining in your own right. You love to stream. You love to talk about Stadia, whatever. That's what we're here for. We're just here to give you that platform, allow people to potentially see you that wouldn't have seen you. But we are stalling a little bit, guys, because we love to talk with the three of us. But as you can see, Ryzak isn't here because he's doing game over.
Spaceman.
So
Space Hey. Let's go, Spaceman. Let's go, Spaceman.
Clive.
Give me
should we do what you did last time and pull it up?
Do you know how to do that? Do I need to teach you how to use this website?
No, I can do it, yeah.
All right.
Let me pull up YouTube.
All right.
I didn't go to it at all, but I'm gonna be really mad if I look at it and I see
well, there's no running score, so I actually have no idea what's going on. I was just cheering for Dr.
But yeah, but at some point it's gonna be
at some point he's gonna send somebody away and he's gonna be left with the champion. Correct. I don't know if he's got like fireworks or anything.
Hold on, so should I go or should I not go?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? All right, I won't.
I got both on my screen, so.
Oh, you're watching? I don't want to watch. It's the season finale, and I want Clive to win, man. Come on.
No, Spaceman.
Anyway, let me.
One of us is going to be happy, and one of us is going to be sad.
Yeah, listen.
Ray's voting for. Hey, did you see Ray? Did you see that decathlon win by that Canadian winning the decathlon yesterday?
Here, let me pull up my No Yes Men notes and let me see. You know what? I could talk about this while Ryzak isn't here. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm going to bring up.
I sent a message to Anthony and Ryzak with a picture of Chris Evans from Chris Evans, and I said, "This is a dollar store Ryzak."
Dollar store Ryzak.
Dollar store Ryzak. Chris Evans.
So I didn't really take any points from this, but I'm gonna pull it up, and I
haven't seen this, so I don't know what he's pulling up, or maybe I have.
And you'll know when I pull it up because I want to talk about it. This is gonna be something I want to talk about.
All right, let's talk.
So, and I wonder, did you watch it? Because it was sent to you.
Oh, then probably not.
They're probably not.
Probably not.
You know, it's important to.
Oh, this. Yes, I did watch this.
You did watch
positive role models for the younger generations. I thought this
was really cool.
So
what Ryzak was doing. Let's back it up a little bit.
Environment. That's a popular word that gets thrown around a lot. So
let's put the beginning. All right. You know what? They need a fast forward button or skip ahead button. Like, okay, I was trying to see if it worked, but it doesn't. All right, here we go.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Happy Sunday around the world, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day, to come and join in on what I feel and what my co-hosts here feel is an extremely important topic. Regardless of how we joke, what we say, how we play, we're all affected in our own way, mentally and emotionally, with the things that we see and read and hear on a daily basis on the internet.
All right, so especially, let me pause him because he's boring us to death now. What he is talking about is a quality conversation, right? And so, Jeff, you said you watched it, right? Mm-hmm. Here, let's get Ryzek off the screen. What did you take away? Oh wait, let me preface this. So, guys, he had a video called Quality Conversation, and he wanted to talk about kind of like bullying, kind of like, people get into streaming and maybe they need a mental health day and stuff like that. It was really cool to bring up that topic. And he had two guests. He had some of the nicest guys you could think of. Ray Sherrod, who's in the chat right now, and he even had super nice. I don't think this guy ever did a bad thing in his life, which is Dr. Lee. Oh wait, not Dr. Lee. Lee, Cloud Gaming Dad, and it was pretty cool. But the reason why I wanted to personally put it on my list to talk about is my name was brought up in it several times, and this show was brought up in it several times. So I think it's not out of character. It's not wrong, I feel, to bring it up. But I also want to bring up the reason why I do things I do. I keep it to myself. Jeff, if you want to chime in, he can. But I'm just speaking from me. So what I should have got the clips when he was talking about the show, but I figure I could just mention it. So they talked about the show and they said, well, we'll say this. Ray Sherrod did say he felt this is what he said, he felt Ryzek was too good for this show. So which is cool. I don't have a problem. Listen,
so did we.
We did. And listen,
so
this is the funny thing. We really did. I said, Ryzek, bro, I don't think you're cut out for the show. You and me are cool. We talk behind the scenes. You always are vocal, but I feel like you're the clean cut dollar store Chris Evans. You're the Captain America. You got a hit show. Game over. People love it. People barely know you, but they want to be on the show. I said, you teaming up with me and Jeff? I don't know, buddy. We're the dastardly duo. We don't really care if people don't like us. Jeff say what he wants. I say what I want. I feel like so to be honest, we in a weird way we felt he was too good for the show. Now, Ray didn't mean it like that though, right? I felt he was too good for the show, meaning he has more to lose, meaning he has a different popularity than we do, meaning that he has an image. He started doing this for his son. I even said to you, I said, bro, you started streaming for your son, right? How do you think you will be viewed, or your son may view you, doing a show called No Yes Man with me and Jeff? And me and Jeff, listen, Jeff is older, so Jeff been through life. So Jeff is like, listen, I go to work every day, I make my money, I support my family. Other than that, I could care less. And I feel the same way, right? So I wanted to bring up the quality conversation because I wanted to speak from me. So before I do that, Jeff, you got anything to say first?
No, it's interesting. It was an important conversation to have. I heard that there are some younger streamers that, there's dislikes on their channel, and I don't know why that happened, because I've watched those shows and I go, why are there like 8 dislikes? Who's disliking this, right? Yeah, I can see them on your channel or my channel or whoever's channel. Right. But there was some other people that I saw the dislikes and they just didn't like it. They took it to heart. You are right. I am older. Back in the 70s and 80s, bullying was that's just the way it was. That's just the way we lived through that, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not condoning any of it. I'm just saying that's just the way it is. But we live in a different environment now. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just it's something that had to be discussed. And I'm sorry I missed it live. I didn't actually know it was happening. I somehow missed all the tweets. I somehow missed the tweets. I somehow missed it. because it was Sunday and I can't remember if I was out on the river. I can't remember what I was doing, but somehow I missed it. And then I was like, what are you guys talking about? And then I found out about it later, and I watched. I had to watch it in bits and pieces, but I think I did catch the whole thing. I don't know. It's something that needed to be discussed.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what I was doing live, but I'm happy I didn't see it live. So here's my thing. When something's past tense, I'm like, I don't care. I don't have the energy. But when I love to debate, right? And if you say something about me, I'm verbal, right? I want to speak my mind, right? So I'm glad I wasn't watching it live, because a lot was said about me, and I would have, had to rebuttal. And then I didn't want the show to take away from what it's supposed to be and turn into people talking to me in the chat, But at the same time, my name was brought up. So I did want to just speak, just to explain myself. Because you know how we do. We go through the week, and when we see news, we table it, right? So I think we're the only show that does that. Now, shows discuss news, right? We actually discuss community news. And I said it from the beginning. We're kind of like the TMZ. And the TMZ, everybody don't love them, but we're at least speaking truth. So if we say something, it's either going to be opinion, but it's going to be based off on what we've heard, what we've seen, right? That's why we often put clips up. So it's like, that's what I'm talking about right there. You just seen it. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, I do have specific things to talk about, like Ray saying that Ryzek was too good for the show. So Ray was pretty much bothered with the show, and it was cool. What I really liked was Ray said, me and Anthony is cool. I love him like a brother. He said, I'm not, no, you know what? I think Ryzek was the one that said, I'm not his dad. Ryzek said, I can't tell Anthony what he can and can't do. And he said, Anthony knows what he's doing. He said, I just feel bad that people don't know him like I know him. But Anthony knows when he amps it up, and he's going to get the bad guy role. So I want to speak to that. Guys, I said it time and time again. I'm going to repeat myself, but I'm a wrestling fan. I love wrestling. Is good guys are called faces. Bad guys are called heels. I put on my cowboy hat, but I'm a competitive guy. When I very first started streaming, all I did was play competitive games. When I beat people, I said, I'm a cowboy, and I talk trash. So I don't really play competitive stuff anymore, because I'm more like talking, right? Yep. So, but that's just me. So just giving you guys little thing into me is, I play the heel. My daughter was on the other day on Tuesday, and Riza asked a question to my wife and my daughter, what do you like about your dad? And my daughter said, he went through a lot growing up. I watched him go through all this stuff. He's a great guy. My wife said a great guy. But you can tell everybody all they want, I'm a great guy. But if I'm on here trash talking and you turn on the dial, you're like, this guy's an a-hole. So I just want to say that I'm going to be me. I like to here's my advice, right? If you're going to have the camera on you, do what you like, right? Don't come on here just trying to make everybody else happy. First, you come on here for you, right? So I love to entertain. So I do my type of entertainment that I find is entertaining to me. Now, what happens is it shows how much I'm into it. I did the Olympic Games over the weekend, and somebody I don't even know, a new guy in the stream, because I was giving away stuff. And he said, man, you're a showman. I said, that's just me, right? Because I'm into it. So I'm going to put my best foot forward because I'm doing what entertains me. Now, what's going to happen is people who like that is going to gravitate to it. People who don't like is going to gravitate to it because they want to talk trash. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, don't tune in, because obviously this isn't for you. Now I find it funny that people who don't like it still tunes in, right? So they got something to talk about. That's fine too, because in some way I did entertain you. I did my job, and that's me. So I'm just putting that out there. And I got more to say, but I'll leave it there, and Jeff could chime in.
Yeah, I don't have much more to add. To be honest, it's a conversation, like I said, that needs to be had. I think there probably needs to be a part 2, maybe even a part 3. Maybe get some of the younger guys on, because Lee, Ray, they're a little older. I think maybe get some of the younger guys to talk about some of their actual experiences, and what maybe some of the messages they get or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And you guys and we all joke among ourselves, right. You, me, Ray, You know, Ray's always, you know, throwing shade at me either in the chat or you know, I'm not sure if he's doing it now or, you know, whatever it is. It's, you know, and I just take it as good, clean fun. But other people, you know, some of the younger guys may not, you know, may think we mean it seriously, or other people think it seriously, right? You know, I think I've downvoted some of your videos just because whatever you were going on about, and I'm like, give that a down thumb. But I think I've told you I've done that, right? So,
right.
So,
yeah, you know what? So I want to speak to your point. My advice, and again, I can only give my advice based off of who I am, correct?
yes.
So my advice is for the people who are being bullied or getting down votes or dislikes or whatever. Just be you. Here's my advice, though. Jeff is a little bit older than me, but I'm 45, right? So I'm not a spring chicken. Now, here's my advice. I grew up in the bullying and stuff. I just got a thicker skin. But for me, I'm verbal. You say something, chances are you say something to me, it ain't going to turn out in your favor because I'm a clown. I'm a thief, right? So I dare people to say stuff about me. I go out and say it. I dare you.
Yeah.
Do it to yourself. Now, here's my advice, though. So what? People are going to talk trash all the time. If you can have a little bit of a thicker skin and then just avoid those people. But here's my thing. For the people who aren't built that way, and when I say that, I mean, if you don't have a thick skin, don't call out the bully. Just avoid them. Don't bring extra attention to yourself, right? Like, I'm just being honest. Sammy had, he called me out, right? He didn't like something I did, and he made it public. He put a post on Twitter, "Oh, cowboy," and was flipping on me. As long as you knew me, did you think I was going to say nothing? That was silly, right? So in my example, I would have just said, you know what? I don't like this guy. I'm just going to not pay attention to any of his stuff anymore. But instead, he poked the beehive and he got stung. Now, he didn't like it. I just felt like we was being even, right? He talked to me. I talked to him. Here's my wife bringing my great spread as usual. I'm trying to do my show, but here she is. But I'm not going to eat on camera today, guys. I'm going to hold off. I'll see how long I can. But so anyway, that's my advice to you guys. If you could take it, make fun back, say whatever. I don't care. Look into the camera. I don't care about you guys downvoting me. But if you can't take it, ignore it. You're only putting fuel in the fire if you're going on and back to these people. Because if you really can't handle, and I know this too, and I'm just being honest, it's an open conversation about reason. What guys, what we're talking about is Ryzek did a video over the weekend called Quality Conversation. He had special guest Lee, Cloud Gaming Dad, and special guest Ray on the show. They talked about bullying. They talked about people taking mental breaks, stuff like that. What I will say is, dude, I'm from New Jersey. I was born in New York. I do sarcasm all day long. It's what I do, right? So I'm sorry for the people who take my sarcasm and get offended, but that's just me. I can't, like, I'm not going to walk on eggshells for people I'm only talking to on the internet anyway. I didn't even see you guys in person. So I'm just being me. So that's just me, right? So I feel like just ignore me, right? If you don't like my content, don't watch. But I'm sorry for the people who get upset by me. But I will say this. I'm from New Jersey. That's what we do. Tri-state area, New Jersey, New York, Delaware. Sorry, also throw in Philadelphia in there. That's what we do. Now, I noticed some people from across the pond, as we say, the UK or Europe, you guys are more the nice guys, right? Jeff said it earlier. We're the nice guys. I'm not. I'm a nice guy, but I'm also can be an a-hole. And that's just me. And if you say certain something, I'm probably not going to look the other way. I'm going to be like, what you say? And I'm going to say something. I'm going to respond. But I'm also a clown. I like to be funny. So that's just me. So I hope the people who I bother, you kind of knew me by now. But if you didn't, I'm sorry. And I'm going to say it now. I was meaning, this is the 6th episode. I meant to say this on episode 1 throughout. But I keep forgetting. Oh, can I just get me real quick, Jeff? Guys, I'm going to be honest. And I want you to come close to this screen and hear me out. I should get a t-shirt. This is my new shirt. Just wore it today, by the way. Just went shopping over the weekend. I wear too much gray, so I decided let me put a little color in there. Guys, hear me out. I am not here to babysit grown men feelings. That might be a a-hole thing to say, but it's true. I go to work, I come home, I get on the camera, I just want to make content. And I want to make content people enjoy. But I'm silly, I'm a clown, I'm sarcastic, all right? But what I'm not here to do is babysit grown men feeling. If I say something you don't like, let me know and I could apologize. Or I could say, sorry, man, but that's how I feel, okay? Or stop watching my content. You got a couple options. And I don't mean that to be mean. I just want to be as real as I can because there's people who don't like me and that's fine. But just stop watching me. Tell your friends to stop watching me, right? You know, I know no yes man isn't going to be your preferred choice of content to watch. But don't watch us. You know, we want this to be a hit show, right? We want it to be something different. We want to have it for the people who like this content, for the people that might be like, oh, snap, look what they said. But listen, we're just not stirring up chaos. We're just literally talking about topics. We're going to talk about gaming. We're sometimes going to talk about, you guessed it, other content creators. Like I said before, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian can't be mad because they're in the public eye. They put themselves out there. So if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you're on social media, if you do a video on YouTube and I see it or Jeff see it or Isaac see it, we could talk about it because it's in the public eye. Why is there, oh, you're going to bring up what somebody said? Mother effer, you said it. I didn't say it. If you never said it, I couldn't even say it. So don't go around saying stuff you're going to regret, right? That's all I got to say. And then Ray was like, oh, well, they're on the show bringing up old stuff. So what? It was the show was called Past Drama. Delete it then. Then I can't find it. If you putting out content that you're ashamed of, or maybe you felt I shouldn't have said that, look, let's do this, right? Love me or like me. Me and Stadia Vet had an issue, right? Guess what? That video never, at least I didn't check. He kept that video up the whole time and it started the craziest controversy. But guess what? He kept it up for a reason, right? Never got rid of it. So if you do stuff and you're ashamed of it, get rid of it. Then we can't talk about it. Well, I can still talk about it because I remember. But that's just what I'm saying. Anyways, let me pull Jeff back in there. I'm sorry, guys. But I just want to speak my piece on it because you know, that's how I feel. You know. But anyway, let's go into the chat real quick before you jump in there.
When one of my kids was bugging the other, I would just say, just ignore them. Just ignore them if they'll go away. If they want, they just want the attention. If they're gonna bully you, if you keep responding, you keep getting freaking out, blah blah blah, then they're gonna keep doing it. Where if you just ignore them, they'll get bored. At least I do when I bully people. And I'm pro bully.
Now here's the thing. Caliber Killer said the greatest heel in the Stadia community. Listen, some people like me being a heel. Why should I change? Right? If all my videos get zeros, right? Then I'd be like, damn, Jeff, I think I might as well stop. You know? Anyways, I'm gonna fly through you guys' comments. I want to thank everybody who's coming in. Oh, Cloud Data said you need to be on this show too. Hey, I've been watching some of your stuff too, man. And you keep it real too, you know? But I mean, I get it though. I'm not saying I don't understand that people have a problem with some of the stuff I say. I'm not saying that people don't get mad sometimes when Jeff go on his rants and tell people they're stupid for contacting you know, the help support or whatever.
No, that's the right thing to do. When they tweet dormant accounts like Biohazard that hasn't tweeted since 2020, what do you think's going to happen? Do it correctly. There's a right way and the way they were doing it. I'm going to call them out every time, like I did last night.
Clive won.
I know.
My guy.
I know. I saw.
Oh, he did win? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, by one number.
Yeah. How many Stadia games?
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He said my Stream Deck video hurt his feelings. Good. It's made to hurt baby feelings. That's what I'm here for. And you ain't getting no damn apology. How about you go ask your mom to wipe them tears away? Anyways, so we do got topics, guys. Sorry, we went on a little rant, but that was one of the topics because I wanted to talk about, and this is what I'm talking about right here. I'll pop it up again. I'll play a little bit of the clip.
In the gaming community.
I'll skip a little bit too.
Right there. Ray, you and I are probably two of the biggest on Twitter right
like
now.
Yeah. Man.
I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Super awesome.
I like how Ryzak thinks he's old.
In the future going to be. And so that's right now. No, I don't have to go. Stadia ain't paying me no money. Google ain't paying me no money to sit here and talk about people.
Like air supply off. It dies.
One more thing I just want to add. And I'm just keeping it real. Do we all talk about among ourselves behind the scenes? Hell yeah. And if you say you didn't, you're lying. Everybody talks about whoever, this person or whatever, behind the scenes. And that's me personally. I think shit should stay behind the scenes.
Yep, definitely.
Behind the scenes, not out front, pointing, because when you sit there and you point arrows and darts and you start throwing them at a particular person, unless that person comes after you, which people have come after me. And yes, I've went on a stream and I've went after people. And then as I'm getting older now and I'm realizing
you're getting ornery.
I got to be above that because I'm 40.
Hey, man. F that. All right. Let me jump in there real quick, Jeff. Listen, man. I ain't going to go the nice route like Ray. I'm not going to say nothing about nobody. I'm going to talk trash behind the scenes. Listen, everything I say behind the scenes, I can say to all of y'all faces. All right. And you know why I don't like to talk behind the scenes? Because there's little girls that take your words behind the scenes and twist them up and say, he said this, he said that. No, guess what? I'm going to say it with my chest to your face. And if you're in the audience watching the video, then you could be like, he's lying. But I dare you, let me know what I ever lied about. Ever. I never lied to none of y'all about nothing. I keep it real. That why y'all could just hate me. Hey, I'd rather you hate me than to be like, you know what he said? Did you know what he said? Yeah, they know what I said because they heard me say it. That's just why I do what I do. But again, I'm from New Jersey, guys. The tri-state area. I'm sorry, that's just the way I am. But I'm not a bad guy. But I'm just the guy that set things straight. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Am I doing one of your rants today, Jeff?
I love it. I love it. I got no rant today.
Look, our guy Proto is in the building. And he actually streamed a full hour the other day. Did you know that?
Sorry, say that again.
Proto, he streamed a full hour the other day.
Yeah, I was watching. I was lurking.
Yeah.
I was lurking. I'm proud of Protop, as we call him now.
I don't call him that, but
I do. I was messaging him and saying, dude, you got to do the hour. Do the hour. And don't worry about the haters. Don't worry. I said this on stream. I think I said this behind the scenes. I said, yeah, you're with us now. Who cares what happened in the past? Maybe people were picking on you, but who cares? You're with us now. We're always going to have your back, and we're going to so there you go.
Lost your train of thought. Look at this, man.
I was just reading what I was just. You haven't gotten the Just Dan's message yet.
I'm coming. You
haven't gotten.
I thought it was funny. A Caliber Killer said.
Wait, go back to Twisted Barber. He made a good.
Twisted. Oh, right here. Here you go.
Yeah, sounds to me someone or a group are trying to implement a code of practice in the representation of the Stadia gaming community. I could see this coming months ago. He's probably not wrong, or she. I don't know. Twisted Barber. Yeah,
I agree.
I think some people are trying to do that, right? So.
And Just Dan is the new guy on the scene. Said,
"Welcome, Dan."
Now then. So here's the thing, too. I want to let you guys know this video isn't SBCN, right? So we make sure this is separated from. So I also want to say this. So my opinion and views, and people do this too. Don't put it on the SBCN, man. Yes, I'm on the face of SBCN. Yes. Me and one guy created Stadia Bash. Vet helped create it into the Stadia Bash Community Network. Vet decided to take his ball and go. Spectre's very busy. He has family issues right now. So who got to stand here by themselves and do it? Me. All right. So, but guys, what I dislike is the people get mad at me, right? And I'm leaving the SBCN. You're not hurting me. You're hurting the community and the group of guys that you all was, now people still stay cool, right? But you're just hurting the support group, right? Because people who are left, some people don't know to find you anymore. Then they may miss your streams, right? So it is what it is. I don't care who wants to leave. Leave if you want to leave. But I feel like don't leave because you don't like me. It's just when I see that, I'm mad at Anthony. So I'm quitting. Like, dude, I'm just me, one guy. Like, yes, I just happen to be the face because nobody else is the face that helped create it, right? It ain't my fault. But I'm still here. I'm still tweeting everybody's stuff. I'm still creating a schedule every day, Monday through Friday. I don't miss a beat. But so I feel like, guys, stop getting mad at Stadia Bash Community Network. They didn't do anything to you. It's a great cause. It's a great group. But yeah, don't label. That's why I didn't know. Yes, man, this isn't an SBCN stream. This is just a couple guys getting together, doing our thing. And Ryzek should be joining us soon.
Yeah, he's still talking to the non-Canadian.
Well, Clive is a talker, so
Doc told me when I started, not everyone is going to like you. Well, I wasn't told that.
Definitely, man.
I was not.
Definitely.
Told. Sandy
and
Beach.
Doc is my guy. Oh, look, Sandy Beach is my wife.
Well, hello,
Sandy
Beach.
Scapegoat. She probably on.
Hello. How you doing, Sandy Beach?
Hey, Jeff, come on.
Can
man.
I get?
I already got one guy hitting on my wife. My wife hitting on him.
Yeah.
Can we stop, please? Man. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through you guys' chat so we at least get it up on the screen.
Come over to Steam Deck. Anthony doesn't like the Steam Deck because he has no
mobile support.
No mobile, no 4G,
right.
No 5G, no 6G. So
no G's.
No G's. It's got no G's. So Anthony's not happy with.
Well, no, you know what it is? I just feel like the Steam Deck to me, right, is a device that's outdated already. And this is what I mean. I just use me for example. Yes, I got a folding phone. It's 7.3-inch screen, right? It's already bigger than the Stream Deck screen. Stream Deck screen is 720p. This screen is 4K. Stream Deck can have all your PC games on it. I could put Shadow on here and have all my PC games on here as well. The battery in this phone, and it's a 3-year-old phone, is better than the battery in the Stream Deck. So what I'm saying is I could do what the Steam Deck could do right now, today. Steam Deck isn't even out yet. Some people won't get it to next year. And I could give you a better scenario today. So I feel like in 2021, I want a device to come out and give us something that we don't already have, right? Wow us, right? Look at the Nintendo Switch, OLED, right? It's coming out, but it's not doing anything that the other one isn't doing, but having a better screen. Now you have a you got Ethernet cable port, a better kickstand, but it's nothing revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? But Dan said, been on YouTube and Twitch for 6 years. Heard all sorts of just stick to myself naturally. And if someone tried to start stuff in the chat or behind the scenes, I'm at the point I just ignored them. Yep.
That's what you got to do. Just ignore them.
Jeff, you want to read my wife's comment for me?
Cowboy is letting my homemade meal get cold. Cry emoji. He didn't even try it, and it's so good. Teriyaki chicken, white rice, corn, cheddar cheese, and Asiago bread with garlic butter. Yummy. I am going to be ordering wings. So when I watch the Cowboys play, also known as America's team, Ray, they don't call the 49ers America's team. Anyways, I'll be watching America's team play tonight. Yes, I know it's preseason. I know it's the Hall of Fame game. I know a lot of the guys playing tonight aren't going to be we're never going to see again because they're going to get cut. But you know what? I'm going to cheer them on because this might be the only time they get to play in an NFL game. So, go for it.
Yeah.
Live your dream. Get a couple of snaps in. Play in front of a crowd. Wear the star. Whatever. I'm good with that.
Jeff is really good. She wasn't lying.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, Ryzak is still talking to the non-Canadian winner.
Yo,
But at least someone from the Commonwealth won. You know, God save the Queen and all. I know you guys ditched the Queen, but you know, just saying, you guys are traitors.
Hey, that happened before I was born. Don't blame me.
I'm blaming you.
All right,
and we,
fine,
you know, and we burnt down the White House. You know, again,
wow.
Just saying. I know it's not. You won't find that in any history books, but
Dan said the nature. He said the mature attitude is if you have a problem with one person, just don't distance yourself from everyone else. You're only doing yourself more harm than good. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, don't do that to everybody else. Everybody don't deserve. Oh, Bruce, the cheater's in the building.
Just ignore the. I think he was LOLing at my "Hello Sandy" comments.
Laughing at you, man.
Yeah, no, you know when I was, you know.
Oh, what? This is the Galaxy Fold. I'm a little late, but the small phone that turns into a small tablet. That's what that is.
Is that the one that?
And
is that version 2? Because didn't version 1 like break?
No. Version 1. So here's the misconception, and even.
Okay, I watched it on YouTube, so it's got to be true.
No. Well, here's the thing. Your time frame is off. Same thing with Mr. Urban World. He was like, "Oh, well, when the game came out, excuse me, when the phone came out, it got pulled off. It got pulled away. No. So the phone was coming out April 26th. My birthday is April 13th. I was gonna buy it for a birthday gift for myself. The phone was coming out on a Friday. That Tuesday, they pulled it, and it never came out on Friday. So the phone was never released. It was pulled before it released. They fixed 2 issues. The screen is called a polymer layer. It's a bunch of thin layers of plastic. It's not glass. It didn't go all the way to the end of the screen, or to the bezels is what it's called on the phone. The edges are called bezels. It didn't go to the edge of bezels. So the people who got the review units, they thought it was a screensaver, and they was peeling it off, thus broke the phone. Then on the top, it was nothing to, so if you bend the phone like this, it's like a triangle, right? Well, dust was getting in here. So what they did was they put a little cap to stop dust from going in there. So those 2 things they fixed, and they re-released the phone in September. They pulled it away for 6 months. That's actually what happened. So the people who said the phone was breaking and stuff, that did happen, but before it was actually officially released in September. Let's see. He said, is your phone stronger than the deck? Stronger than the deck? I don't know about that. The deck looks pretty sturdy. Look like if I hit somebody over the head with that thing, they're going down. Let's see. Oh, Sandy, look who's in here. X2I, my guy Dan, the leader and founder of Stadia Source and GSN. He said, Cowboy, if you ain't gonna eat it, I'm gonna come and take it from you. Maybe when Ryzak jump in here, I'll pull off the camera or something. Sandy said, I love wings. Cowboys are losing, is what Jeff said. Sandy said, Ryzak better get off that chat with me. And shut up. Hello, X2I. All right, so do you want to go in, Jeff? Do you want to pull up one of your topics?
I don't.
Or are you trying to stall for Ryzak? Is he still talking?
He's still. No, I think he's wrapping up. It looks like
nice.
Looks like Clive was doing his thing. I don't know if I can find that graphic that I.
Well, while you do that, let me pull this back up again.
There was a graphic that I wanted to show.
Let me pull back up quality conversation. Let's hear a little bit.
Yeah, I'm damn near 50, man. Yeah, because that's what streaming's all about. Love them. Okay, I love respect and defend, but when you embrace debate, but be respectful.
Well,
wanted to bring up No Yes.
Ray talks,
and that's okay.
Here we go. Hold up.
Put out a letter this week. The guys over. At Cloudy put it out, and he's decided that he wants to step away for a little bit. And I know that we've talked about Duncan quite a bit on our show, and I know that Duncan is a good friend of his. And I feel like that is to do this, right? I was selfish, but very quickly, within a few seconds, it was, well, you got to do what you got to do.
All right.
I just have
how I do things. I don't want to put it out
people, but I do try to.
Man, can we get Cloud Game and Dad to
and
speak?
I know you heard it, and I'm gonna.
he didn't appreciate that, you know. And so, right, I love positive.
It's always open. I have a Discord. We've got about 50 people in there at the moment.
Nicest guy,
we have
man.
a section in there for mental health and
good
awareness. If you want to go in there and chat, someone will jump in and chat to you. You know, you can DM me. You can DM Ray. I know he'll talk to you and yourself. Just literally just reach out and talk. Someone.
I wish that on nobody.
And needing some streamer.
Respectful. I'm all about ribbon.
To me, I played with my wife.
All right, man.
Where people's mentality is at times, it baffles me. It really does. And my son plays what's it called in VR? Rec Room.
Oh God, my son. I had to take him off.
He plays Rec Room in that, and some of the because he.
All right, I get that all there. So, you ready, Jeff?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I want to talk about some different news. I want to talk about this. I don't know if you can bring it up. We hear a lot of people always talking about Rockstar and stuff. And I saw this graphic come around. So this is not really cloud. But it's just more gaming news.
Yep.
But this is apparently it came from Rockstar. This is showing where, the next few games are going to roll in. It's kind of, I guess, I don't know how it's easy to see, but it showed that there was the trailer for GTA, and then the game came out, and then there was a trailer for Red Dead, and then the game came out. Then there was a 1 year gap, and now they're going to be planning in middle of 22, 23, a trailer for GTA 6, and then the game, and then a Red Dead 3 trailer in like 27 and 28.
Wow.
So I told you I use TweetDeck, and I used to have Rockstar, and so I could see what people were tweeting about it and stuff. And every time I look at sort of, what's trending, and there's GTA 6 trending again for no apparent reason. But and I know people are upset at 2K and stuff because some of their games are not coming to Stadia, and we can talk about that too. But here's some good news about, there could be a new Red Dead, and obviously a new GTA. Which, because GTA is now going to be on its third console, because it started, GTA 5 started on PlayStation 3 and 4, and obviously Xbox and Xbox One, and now it's going to hit next gen, and then so it looks like they may be doing something coming out in the next few years. So, So I just wonder what people in the chat thought. I know, EA had that 5 game agreement, and we've maxed that out because the 2 games coming, and we don't know. And I know I've seen lots of people tweeting about, Phil Harrison and maybe another Stadia Connect, and that would break the Stadia world if there was another Stadia Connects, because everybody and their brother would be streaming it live. Everybody, every content creator except me would be would be doing something live if there was another Stadia Connects, right? And I think they're probably done with those. I don't think, because everyone agrees they've stepped up their social media game. But I just wanted to kind of talk about Rockstar. Kind of want to talk about EA, and 2K. Not bringing games. Will they come later? That's kind of what I.
So I'll say this, right? As I scroll through the chat, guys, and these open conversations for you guys too. If there's a comment of interest, and we're all paying attention to the comments, but Jeff sees them faster than me sometimes. We'll definitely read your comment, or we'll definitely have your comment come up on the screen. But here's the thing. I don't worry too much about games. So here, I'm going to explain myself as a gamer. I'm the guy who wants one thing that could do everything for my needs, right? So the reason why I like Stadia so much is Stadia for me does everything I need, right?
Yep.
Sure, I could have all of the 5 streaming services, right? Because a lot of them are subscriptions, right? So Stadia is free, so I can just say I'm a Stadia guy, I'm a Luna guy, I'm an xCloud guy, I'm a GFN guy, I'm a PlayStation Now guy. But for me, I don't want to spend all that money, right? I'm a gamer who doesn't buy that many games, right? I have very specific taste, right? People shouting out the sport games, it's not me, right? people shout out some of the other games. It's not my thing. So for me, if Rockstar came, cool. But for me, GTA is so basic. I can't even think of what GTA 6 is going to do that you can't do in GTA.
Well, that's always the big thing is they keep releasing updates and so okay, and yeah, maybe some of those updates are free. Maybe you have to buy the DLC, whatever. But yeah, now you're going to go buy a new game for what end, right? That's our big complaint about a different EA game is that they come out with a new version that we have to buy every year, and it's the same game. Why not just roll out some updates? Because that's really all the game is. Why am I?
So let me ask you this, Jeff. What is your? So me personally, what Destiny taught me was I like live service games. Right? Yeah. If you can make a game. Like, for instance, live service showed me that my favorite game never has to end, right? So if you can make a game, the graphics look good, everything is pretty good on par for that time, and you can keep rolling out content. Again, my favorite game right now is Marvel Avengers. People said, oh, it's terrible, it sucks. Now, so much of a buzz for Marvel Avengers because the Black Panther stuff is coming out. A game that came out almost a year ago that people writ off, guess what? A lot of people are playing it like crazy now. More people are buying it. Yep. So your favorite game could continue with a live service. Now, I get Grand Theft Auto came out way back when on PlayStation 3. Me personally, if you're gonna because they're planning on doing the remake, not the remake, but an overhaul, graphic overhaul. Then if you make it 4K and it looks great, then what's the point of me even buying 6? 6 is only gonna probably be in a new city. It's not like they got superpowers or anything, so it's just gonna be the real world. It's gonna look a little better. So, but if you're a Grand Theft Auto fan, you're gonna buy it because it's a new Grand Theft Auto. It's gonna have a new story. But essentially, once you beat the story, you just run around and do nonsense, which is fun. I'm not saying it's not fun, but what I'm saying is, so Grand Theft Auto for me doesn't move the needle. Red Dead for me even moves the needle less because why I want to steal somebody's horse? I'd rather steal their car, right? And personally, I'd rather steal their flying spaceship. If you made a game for me, that's appealing.
Sure.
So
I'm liking the new update to Red Dead. I like going and robbing stagecoaches, and I like robbing some other places.
Got you.
And I like that. And you know what? Yes, I'd like all these games to come to Stadia. I have the Cyberpunks. I have some of the other games. But those aren't my kind of games. I'm not, if anyone's ever watched me play Red Dead, I can't hit the broadside of a barn with a gun. So I know William's in the chat, and he's like, oh, you should get Siege. And I could, but I'm not good at those games. That's why I play Fortnite, because I don't have to be good, because it's just a crap game, and I can do well at a crap game, right? Those games that require, now my son came to me, and he said, Far Cry 6 is going to be free.
Hold on real quick, Jeff.
Yeah,
we got a special guest joining the show.
Oh, a special guest.
Special guest joining the show.
I'm a guest now.
Glad that you joined the show.
Yeah, man. It was not supposed to take this long, but it was a fantastic ending to the season. So sorry.
I was watching, and Ray was given play-by-play in the chat. So I had it on the other screen. So
no, it was awesome. I'm not gonna take time to explain it here, but man, what a feeling.
We already know. Just congratulations on a great show. I know it was a great season. I know that season 2 is going to be bigger and better. I know you've got your co-host. Stadia Pro is going to be co-hosting with you. You already know that I've reached out to other people to try to help get you some additional guests.
Yep.
So that, we're working. We were already talking a little bit behind the scenes about stuff that happens behind the scenes, and everybody talks behind the scenes. We all talk behind the scenes. I think I probably talk to you two clowns more than I talk to my family.
Seriously, sometimes it feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest though, I talk to Sandy more than I talk to you guys.
Of course.
She even said in the chat. So
yeah, so you seen what she said.
She popped up, and I was like, oh, can I get the one shot? Hello, Sandy.
Right.
How you doing?
And
then Anthony muted me and took me off camera. So
no, that's cool. I will just say this. I mean, you guys both. I say this a lot, but you two are uber supportive of me. Anthony, you pushed me to do something different. Jeff, you've been there since day one, encouraging me and supporting me. And I thank you guys. It was very humbling at the end of that. I was getting some chills. You kind of see this thing that you've been working so hard on come to a break, right? And it's exciting. It's exciting to see where we're going to go. So William better be ready, because now I'm more motivated than ever, and we're going to have some great ideas coming up. So
I loved being on it, and I as you know, I've been tweeting all sorts of different people to try to get them to, Jackie's key, from Liquid Bit. We just got to get her we just got to find her an opponent. We just got to find find her an opponent that, and again, she'll take on anybody. I understand that. But we need somebody, we need somebody cool like her that can do that.
No, and super shout out to Dan. I see him in the chat, X2I, because I use Stadia Source for a lot of my research and my answers. And
your wrong answers?
Yeah, well, those are on me though. But if it wasn't for having guys that create, platforms like that too, it would be much harder to do what I do. So super thankful for Stadia Source and the website over there.
I want to thank Jamie Reed for the $9.99. Totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, so what have I missed? What trouble are you guys stirring up today?
All right.
No, we were actually talking about your quality conversation. We started off
talking about
that.
this.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
This.
And basically, I suggested. I don't think I told you this, but I suggested, maybe a call, number 2, where you bring on some of the younger, some of the younger guys, because admittedly, you had Ray and Lee, who are a little older. Right? Maybe it's time to have, where, some of the younger guys to talk about their experiences and to learn from. I like how you think you're older. You're not even, you're still in your 30s, but anyways.
I love that idea. I think what I have found so far is that the younger guys that stream with us, or the younger guys that are in the community, they don't have as much experience. And so they're a little more hesitant to do things and put themselves out there like that. Ray and Lee were great people to do that first one with, because they're so established and they're so comfortable with themselves. And that really made for a great conversation. I think of, some of the younger guys, and if, would they talk? Would they be able to open up in front of people that they don't know are watching?
Can I give you a suggestion?
Sure.
So you had Ray, the heart of the community. You had Lee, Cloud Gaming Dad, the soul of the community. Why don't the next episode you have me and Jay on there?
Maybe we do, but then it wouldn't be a quality conversation. It would just be trash talk.
It will be a quality conversation.
That's the show.
It will be. I'm talking about 4 months.
Ray said King Egyptix will not show up. I'm really worried about him, man. He still hasn't responded to me. Like, I don't mean to laugh not knowing that he's okay, but that was completely out of character. Like,
but I agree. I agree with what you're saying about some of the younger guys. I've had some private conversations with one person in particular, and he was hesitant to stream because of whatever happened in the past. And I said, who cares what happened in the past? You're with us now. We're all going to have your back. So if somebody from your past comes into your chat, we're all there, and we're going to either bully him right back, or we're going to boot him out.
And that stuff also comes from the idea around that. It came from a lot of places. I mean, it's really hard when asked the question to pinpoint exactly what brought me to it, but I see a lot of those younger guys, and I see a lot of what they're going through, and I just wanted to put it out there in the open, and I wanted to start it, and I know that I kind of opened the door there for Ray and Lee to talk about our show here, and I did it on purpose because I wanted to be able to address the elephant in the room. Right. I'm still going to talk. I don't care if I'm on there or not. But I wanted those guys that are maybe going through some of that stuff to see, hey, we can talk out in the open here, and we can have a good conversation about something that might be bothering us or something that we've gone through. Maybe you can learn from us, or maybe you can see some of the experiences that these guys have had. I mean, you know, it's pretty well documented what some people go through because a lot of people put their business out on Twitter, right? So let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's just get out from behind the words and let's put our face in front of it, kind of thing. And so
let me ask you a quick question. It's a stupid question. How do I like make my screen not show me and just turn to?
Well, you had it just now. It was just me and Jeff.
Yeah.
No. You know how you could just only have your logo?
Just turn your camera off.
Camera off?
Yeah, just stop the camera.
Oh.
One day I'll mansplain this website to you more one day.
Whatever, man.
Anthony.
Well, now you're frozen. Now you're back.
So look, let's so we talked about the colleague conversation. I brought up a couple things. I just spoke from me, just catching you up, Ryzak.
No, you're good.
You know, Ray did say he felt you were too good for the show. So we both said, Jeff said, we both said we think Ryzak's too good for the show. We brought up
we both expressed concern about you doing the show with us, and you're
really
like, I'm a big boy, I can handle it. And we're like, okay.
Yeah. So
you're the king of content. We don't want you losing followers and subscribers and
I think I'll just echo the same thing I think I've said before. You guys, we did have that talk, and I really appreciate Ray for saying that. I mean, Ray is trying to he's trying to make sure that he understands how, or he's trying to make sure I understand how he sees me, and possibly others, and I appreciate that. I don't want to go around and have a reputation for, being a bad guy, or I just want to be a reputation for being me. And, sometimes you're going to get the good, sometimes you're going to get the bad. I think I made it pretty clear in that talk. Like, I did feel like a piece of crap when the stuff came out last week, personally. So it did affect me a little bit. And I made a point on the show, like I was supposed to be like the voice of reason, right? And here, the 2 of the first 3 episodes, I was the asshole. Like, and that wasn't your guys' doing. That was just something coming out of me. So, I do appreciate the sentiment, and I do appreciate Ray's words. I have a lot of respect for Ray. And, I consider him a very good friend in this community. And, it's humbling in a way to know that people feel that way about you. But at the end of the day, when I commit to things, I don't back out of them. I don't really change my mind, and I can be open to ideas, but it's not going to necessarily change everything. So you may see me pull back a little bit more, but I'm still going to be honest with you. I just may not be quite so blunt.
You might pull back and be the Ryzak we thought you were going to be.
Maybe.
How does Sandy know what pants you're wearing and stuff? I'm a little confused about Sandy and knowing your pants. And
she said she
Sandy, did you have my plate? Thank you. Appreciate it, babe.
Yo, we going from mom jokes to, hey man, I'm gonna have to listen. I might be on the. Anyways,
See, this is what we do. See, this is what we do.
This is what we do. Bat Pixie said he thought I was a king of content, but Jeff said he deemed Ryzak the king of content. So
yeah, in Jeff's world,
in Jeff's world. So, let's move on a little bit, guys. So
yeah, let's get into it. I feel like I've missed out on a lot, and I'm sorry. We don't need to talk about me anymore.
I had brought up a little graphic that I want to talk about last week. It was just sort of a timeline from 2K and just talking about, there's no new 2K Stadia games.
Is that what you guys were looking at when I came in? Yeah. Okay.
There's no new, EA has done their 5 games. Will that get renewed? I think Stadia Connect with Phil are dead. I don't think there's going to be any more sort of Stadia anymore Stadia Connects. I think the social media team is hitting it out of the park these days. I think everyone agrees with that. So I see no good that can come from a Stadia Connects. I can only see haters and bad news coming from Stadia Connects. But on the bright side, articles I've seen about Stadia, they're slowly stopped mentioning the closure of SG&E, and they're talking about maybe some other bad stuff. Maybe the game's not coming. you know, things like that. You know, and I know you're very excited about X Defiant. You guys, seems like everybody this open or this closed test seems to be going to every. I didn't apply, so I didn't get. You know,
I'll tell you what. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to try to get into that Joker. So
several people I know have said, "Oh, do you have an account? You know, we can send you an invite." I politely declined. I just don't have time to do it. I don't have time to do a beta test. Although somebody on Twitter did correct me, it wasn't a beta test; it was just a test. So it's not full beta. Beta's coming later. But anyways, I just don't have time, dude. I appreciate everybody who did say, hey, do you want an invite? I appreciate it, but I just don't have the time. I still got other games to play. And you know what? I don't care if games don't come right away to Stadia. There are 192 games, apparently, on just in case anyone needs to know that, in case it ever comes up. Sebastian, just in case you ever need to know that, buddy, apparently there's 192 games. I have fact-checked that, but apparently, did you sit there and count? Eat 1, 2.
No, 3, I took it straight from Jack, man. I trust Jack. Jack's a smart dude.
Okay.
He knows numbers.
So. Okay. This is what Ryzak's sitting there counting. But again, I have a backlog of games that you know, I still want to get back into grime. I was playing the typing game, although ProTop got really upset with me last night because I was playing a typing game with my controller, and that seems to trigger him. But anyways, you know, so I have a whole bunch of other games that.
Yep, you see that? Stadia Pro, so you're getting jealous.
Yeah, you guys can have her. You guys can fight over Sandy. No offense to Sandy, I'm sure she's great.
No, I think he's talking about you trying to call Ryzak the king of content. But here's my thing. I didn't get the beta or even apply for it. I'm for real, man. Dude, if I gotta download something, I'm not in. I went all the way, and it's cloud gaming from here on out.
Share that for me if you get a second, Anthony. Just real quick.
Yes,
I'll show you my resource, Jeff. There you go. Right there.
I believe you.
192
I believe
with grime. It's the 58th game of 2021 and the 192nd total.
I didn't dispute you.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was funny if you were going to sit there and count them all.
I tried once before, it didn't work.
That's what I was. Yeah. But
what about this?
Anyways, I've got so many other games that I think I've just got so many games that are in my backlog that I just don't have time to play them.
Anthony, Jeff is so retro. He's got a backlog of like 47 years.
I know, right?
It's true. It's true. It would be nice if I could use my phone for a second screen for online co-op like Destiny with my account with my friend. Oh, yeah.
So I will admit, when they first explained the sharing on Stadia, I was bummed out because I personally like how PlayStation did it. So I could share with another person, and then they could use all my games. But it did come in handy because I share it with my wife. So when she streams on Tuesdays, she pull up all my games, but on her own account, I have to worry about her messing up my stuff. My daughter, I share it with her, and I share it with my stepson. So
I share mine with my 2 kids. I share mine with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
But it cost me to have to buy another State Avengers. So me and my wife would play together, which we still have never played together because she hasn't beat the game yet. But yeah. Okay, so
Ray's already been in there, so that's good. Oh, nice. I know that I asked Clive and Dr. Spaceman before the show if they had gotten in. Clive wasn't going to play it, but Dr. Spaceman said he couldn't get in earlier. It was kind of bogged down. So
I thought I saw a tweet that said it was U.S. only, but then I think Vet or somebody else said Canada too. So maybe Clive, maybe it's only North America. Maybe Clive couldn't do it. He doesn't do the download thing either. So well, there you go. Well, I didn't feel that.
He said that on the Cloud Station TV last night.
Yeah.
The only game I am going to download will be the early access of
I just saw William's comment
of what is it? Play Climbers.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing.
Sky Climbers.
Sky Climbers. Excuse me. Yeah.
Let's ask Ray. Ray actually played it. So Ray, tell us, what did you think about it? Like
he's not allowed. There's an NDA. He can't tell you.
Can't talk.
Oh, damn, I forgot. And you know, it's funny. We had this conversation earlier, and I'm like, and Jeff's like, watch people talk about our stream. I'm like, well, it's an NDA. They can't. And here I go asking Ray to tell it. All right.
To be honest with you, I've got it on the screen right beside this. All I got to do is hit the share button, and I'm done. I'm done. I just wanted to see it
you're
load
not
up.
done. It's on my channel. I'll be done.
What do you think?
Yes. Here, let's share it real quick.
Let's share.
Like, whoa, what was you doing? I'm like, that didn't come from me.
Who's this monetized guy with cowboy hat?
I would be honored if somebody from Ubisoft was watching our show.
Yeah, right.
It's true.
That's
true.
So Ray, someone on Twitter corrected me that it's not a beta, it's just a test. Now Madden did that. They just called it a gameplay test. They didn't call it a beta, although we all called it a beta, right? It's not alpha, because alpha is more internal.
Because remember, the alpha comes before the beta, so it probably is just a.
But alpha is but alpha is internal. Alpha is when you're testing it internally, right? Once you go to outside people who have not been involved in the initial development,
I participated in an alpha for the PUBG Mobile.
Yeah. Regular people.
So I think that would be more of a beta. Once it goes to people,
I agree with your description.
Google, look up beta. What
it
beta
literally said alpha in the game. Yeah,
I've been in alphas before. They actually give you the alpha.
But the definition of an alpha versus beta is people who've not been involved in the development of the game. If you
That's
Google,
your definition.
It's not my definition. That's definition's definition.
See Twisted Barber right there with that line. That'd be cool. I think once you start playing Stadia, and I'll say this for anything cloud-based right now, once you feel that convenience of just being able to click and play and not download and not update, I mean, the sky is the limit. I mean, you could pick any game. Just any game would be great in the cloud right now.
Ray's bullying me. Can I call Ray out for bullying me?
No, it's okay.
Ray's bullying me.
I like when Ray bullies you. Because then you come back onto his stream and you shoot him in the head.
He was just on damn quality conversation, and now he's bullying people.
What's funny is that we're on the show, right? And I bring up about how we talk about each other's moms and how that can be confusing and this and that. And then we're getting ready to get off the show, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll see your mama later." And Lee's like, "I thought we just talked about this."
Like, bro, I know.
X-Define is what you're talking about is a test, and yes, I'm in. And Jeff, you could revert to a local for one. No.
Who let Proto out of the basement?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
All
right, guys, what's next? Because I got some stuff on my list. If you guys,
I literally have nothing.
Really?
I mean, I've got a ton of stuff, but this is your show. I want to know what you want to talk about so that I can sit here in silence.
This is our show, but I'm hosting it this week.
This is your show today, okay?
Well, I want to talk about quality conversation, but here's what I want to talk about today. Hey, dads.
Go for it.
So what I want to talk about to some of the people, I think what's cool is I made it clear that Stadia is my favorite platform, right? It's my preferred and it's my favorite platform. Actually, it's my only gaming platform right now because I don't play on anything else. Maybe a phone game here or there, but on my
mobile store. But
what I like is that people was always trash talking Stadia for a lot of different things. And I think like any company, when you're new, you're going to get stuff wrong. But you have time to get it right. So I think the narrative is terrible. That's always like, it's the end for Stadia. It's over. But I think one of the things I want to talk about is they talk really bad. And I agree about Stadia and how, well, I really didn't care. Let me take that back. They talk bad about Stadia and how Stadia doesn't do a good job communicating with the community. Remember, Amazon gave Ray, they created a little
keychain thing or whatever.
GFM was giving out T-shirts and water bottles, and Stadia was only giving certain people book bags with water bottles and T-shirts. But I think today, that was probably a year ago. If you look at today, man, I just want to bring this up. I hosted a tournament this past weekend, and a bunch of people hosted streams for the Olympic Games. Not only did they reach out to me, but they gave me a game. And then they said, dude, if you stream this game over the weekend, because it's free, so people could jump in, but we will give you codes. And they even said, how many do you want? I said, how many? They're asking me. So I was like, 5. And they said, we'll get back to you. They got back to me and said, here's 5 codes. I said, damn, I should have asked for 10. But that's cool, man. Now, can you talk trash about Stadia in the past on this certain subject? Hell yeah, right? Because if you're the person who feel like you want them to reach out to the community, then yeah, you could be upset. Me, I don't care. I never had even thought about Sony contacting me when I was a PlayStation guy or Microsoft. I just played a game. For the games come out, I'm playing them and I'm trash talking people. But for me, right? But I think this is a newer age where people feel like they want some instant gratification to be known. Oh, if I'm a streamer and I stream your product, they should contact me. And Isaac and I had conversations about that because he was crying like a little girl one time because they didn't reach out to him. But I think what's cool is this past weekend or week, man, did Stadia really show their hand as far as, hey, I see them put up posts all the time on YouTube. They use their community page and they putting the little cards out. Facebook, hey, answer this question. Twitter. It was hold on real quick, Jeff. They was doing things like, who's your favorite streamer? Add their link. They've been ramping it up socially, and I just want to say that's pretty cool. For that.
Yeah, no, they do it all over. It's on the I see it on the Facebook page. On Facebook, I see them. I know you guys aren't big Facebook pages. I know Ryzak is an up and coming star on Facebook.
I don't have a Facebook, Jeff.
Jeff, I hate to do this to you. And let you take a drink. Can we all give a shout out for my favorite content creator, Clive? He just won season 1 of Game Over. Ryzak season 1 of his hit show Game Over. But guys, what did I say? I said if I win, Clive better go all the way to the top. And you know what happened? Dr. Spaceman probably seen in the chat. I said if Clive doesn't win, we riot.
I have a question for you. Who do you think had the hardest path of all the episodes? Since you guys watched all of them, who do you think had the hardest path?
You mean had the hardest questions?
The hardest path with the opponents that they had.
Oh,
I think they were probably pretty equal. But if I had to, probably Clive. I think Sebastian had a slightly easier. But I think he came out. Clive,
in my opinion, had the hardest
probably Clive.
path to the final because his first episode was against Rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he had to go against Bryant, and then he had to go against Sebastian.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, right? And Sebastian, I mean, he had to go against Squids, and Squids is great. Squids is great. Those questions on that episode were definitely crazy, and Spaceman kicked it. And then then he had I think he had Meg next, and they went down to the wire. But then he had the Ejimix no-show and Vet stepping in. And did you talk about that yet? I thought you were going to talk about that today. I'm trying to set you up so that you can yell at me live.
You know what, man?
Well, you weren't here. If he's going to yell at you, he's going to do it in person.
That's why I'm setting him up.
I like to yell at people. I don't like to be the guy crying behind the scenes and then somebody say like, Ryzak, Anthony's mad at you. No, I like to say it front and center. But I think I'm over it now. The season was good. Yes, it would have been cool because I would have beat the bum, Dr. Spaceman. I would have got to go against my favorite content creator. It would have been me versus Clive at the end. Sorry to upset you guys, but I would have beat that bum too. And Clive would have lost. And I would have been like, I was the first ever winner. And I'm the last winner. And I would have won the whole thing. But no, the forces that be didn't want the Cowboy to have another notch to put. Because I would have put it. You see this background of accolades back here? King of content. Accolades. Would have been my face saying, yeah, because all those shows are hits. So it's called accolades. But my face would have been like, I am the Game Over champion. And then, I didn't want that. Ryzak didn't want that. That's why he screwed me.
Clive corrected me. He had to go against Eli too.
Yeah, and I thought Eli was a shoo-in also.
Yep. So and it would have been Sammy. So it would have been even more difficult. Man, my hat is bothering me here. Sorry, guys. But no, I just I wonder about that, like who had the hardest path, because I believe it was Clive, and the fact that he beat all of those guys. I mean, his episode with Rock, those questions were crazy. That was probably the craziest questions I had, because I feel like I probably made them a little bit tougher, because I was like, oh, here's these two like huge guys in the community and this and that. Let me make sure I don't give them the easy ones. And I think the episode was like 2-1.
Oh, stop. I think Ray is right. Ray said Vet had the hardest path.
Because he had to go against Meg first.
No, because anybody that went against was really hard for him. So
we only went against Meg, and then he jumped in on Dr. Spaceman. So
yeah,
that could be true.
Yeah,
that could be true.
So
So
I will say this though. Let me be honest. I think my buddy Clive, he's my favorite. I think he was cheating though. Remember that one time he was like, 1981. I'm like, come on, bro. You probably got your kids back there listening, Googling, and holding up flashcards. I think Clive was cheating a little bit.
I don't think anybody on the show cheated. I think everybody was doing well. We even had people that said they weren't going to watch the chat because folks were constantly throwing the answers in the chat. Ray Sherrod. But no, it was fun. I felt really bad. I'll just address it. I'll address it.
I got cheated.
As soon as I saw you jump into the chat last week and you were like, dude, what about me? It instantly hit me. And I was like, oh, shit. He's the one that lost to Ep6. He probably should have been here. But I was already rolling. And it was like, damn, I don't want to sit here and be like, you know what, Vet, forget you. You just, won the number thing with Alex. And, so screw you. I'm just going to let Anthony come in. And
I almost think what wasn't fair was you called Alex's name first, and then you did I feel like, why wasn't it Alex? You said whoever picked first, and then you was like Alex, and I was like,
well, actually, I said Vet first. I said Vet first, and then I saw Alex, and then I felt bad because I said Vet first, even though he commented second on my screen. So it was like, all right, I don't want to do the back and forth. So let me just say it's the two of you. Let me go ahead and just let you guys go at it and do the number thing. And that's how we'll do it. And then Vet won. And so that was it. I mean, they were both there. They were both, ready to participate. And I thought that was super cool. I just felt bad after it hit me. It was like, oh shit, I really should have had I stuck with what I did with Eli and Sammy, but that was planned, that was planned. This was live.
I watched it back. It happened. And you was like, look in your face, like, Easy Mix not here. I'm gonna give him a minute.
Well, you can ask Sebastian before the show. We're sitting there and I'm like, dude, I don't think Ejimic's going to come. And every week I have that same thing. I think William can probably attest to this because the week that he and Jeff went head to head, it was like 1 minute before the show. And I was like, William, I'm telling you what right now, man, Jeff isn't going to show up. Like he's not going to get here. And then all of a sudden William's like, dude, calm down. He'll be here. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, dude, this is my second show. Like he's not going to. And then here comes Jeff riding in on Sparkles.
Woo, Sparkles!
And then Jeff rode out on Sparkles, and then Ray killed Sparkles.
Listen, we're deviating from you screwing me. Can you please talk?
Look, I don't want to let people know that I'm screwing you because that's not cool. Okay. All right.
Isn't that Sandy's job? I'm not sure. I'm really confused.
Besides, after what I learned the other day, if I even attempted it,
job to screw me or to screw Ryzak? What are you saying?
I really don't know.
No, what I learned the other night is if I even attempted that, it'd be like a Great Dane trying to have intercourse with a Yorkshire Terrier.
Dude,
so
I keep forgetting. I just found out that Ryzak is 6'4". What the F?
Are you really?
Yeah, and he's 5'5". So
my life has changed. He was like, I'm 6'4". We was like, wait, what?
That's why he's little Ant.
Yeah, we'll want to meet, and he's gonna be talking into my belly button like a megaphone, like Ryzak, can you hear me up there?
Yeah,
that's why he's little Ant, and his co-host is Big Ant, who will both be on Retro Rewind on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, with William and Ray and I, just as a thing.
All right, let me read this comment. Let's see. Stadia has some games, as most platforms do, but can play some of them better. They say it has lag, bunch of crap. Nah, yeah, internet is crap. Yeah, I mean, all I'll say is this. I won't say somebody's internet is crap, but your internet's crap. So upgrade your internet, and it won't run like trash. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
No, I don't know.
I tell you this too. Let me say that I have a Google Wi-Fi mesh system. And in the beginning, there was some devices that it would not work with, even though they have it optimized for Stadia. You can go into the settings and click the tab and optimize it for Stadia. I was on Twitter months ago now, and some guy went on a rant, but his rant was actually a positive thing. He was calling Stadia customer support. He was complaining about how, it was terrible and it was laggy, and he went out and bought this and he bought that and it wasn't working. And then the guy that was on the other end of the phone from the support team was like, well, hey, have you tried adjusting some settings inside of your router? And the guy's like, it's not my router, it's you, you know, blah, 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 blah. And so the guy was adamant with him and said, look, if you don't mind, let's try it and let's see. If it doesn't, you know, we'll refund you something or whatever they said. And the guy was like, you know what, fine, I'm going to prove you wrong. He went in, adjusted settings, and he ran spotless. It's not necessarily Stadia every time. It's not necessarily Luna. It's not necessarily xCloud or PS Now or whatever other streaming software you use. Netflix can have the same impact. Hulu can have the same impact. Hell, I have YouTube TV as my TV subscription. Sometimes it is the router, and it is the way the router is set up and masked for your home. It also might be where you have your router. Mm-hmm. Like I have my office here, I've got big glass doors right here. Wi-Fi signals do not like glass. They don't like glass. They reflect off of glass. So, you know, I would just caution anybody that just immediately thinks that Stadia is garbage because their connection to it is not good. It could be your equipment, whether you want to admit to it or not, and let the people at the support team work with them. Let them help you, because if you're right and they're wrong, I guarantee you they'll do something for you.
Yeah. Give a shout out to my guy Jamie Reed with the 99 cent again. Just want to say thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Is this a theme because you call me the dollar store Captain America?
I didn't do that.
Did you guys start this up so that Jamie would put 99 cents in there and make fun of me?
Listen,
I call you the Rolls Royce.
You do, Jeff.
The Captain America. And I posted a picture of Chris Evans and I said, dollar store Ray.
Ray is right. I totally could have picked him. I want Ray back on the show. I think.
Ray on what show?
I want Ray back on Game Over.
Ray was a bum, bro. I trashed him as soon as the show started. There's no point. He had no chance.
Wasn't yours the lowest scoring game ever?
No, that was actually Anthony versus Ejimix, not Ray.
Right.
Oh, sorry. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Anthony got one.
Right. Same.
Even Jeff got more than that, twice.
Woo! I mean, technically, I did answer the last question.
You did.
The last question for fun. And it was like, what was the sixth person that blah, blah? I was like, Sammy in the Cloud. He was like, oh.
Snap.
I should have got Figment. Now I'll never forget the name.
Yeah, right? You're never going to forget
I like that game.
And I saw Lena was streaming that the other day, and I meant to say something about it, and I forgot.
Oh, man.
That was
good.
You
screw me, because I did say, I said Ghost Recon. Just saying.
You gotta be easy telling everybody that I screw you, okay?
Okay, you screwed me over.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Not much better. Is that
screwed
much
me
better?
over the couch.
I don't need anybody getting all kinds of feelings and stuff in here. All right.
Right, you screwed me over the couch.
Feelings.
I like how you skipped. You've put up almost every comment in here except the one from your wife that said that she was going to bring me a plate of food.
I did pull that up.
Pretty sure he did.
I just wanted him to do it again, Jeff. Come on. Just wanted him to do it.
So guys, I got another one. Since you guys came here empty-handed today.
No, I've got stuff. I just I wanted you to lead.
Out something. Let's go, man. Bring up these guys came out to hear unadulterated, straight up conversations about gaming and other stuff as only the No Yes Men can do. We don't babysit. We don't put the gloves on. We have conversations. Now, I know you had your little cry wow with the guys about let's not talk bad, but you're still back on No Yes Men, so at least you have some topics, right, Zach?
That was a great rundown of how the show went. That was spot on.
The show was really good.
I'm actually going to talk bad about Stadia.
Let's have it. We did it last week. I think we all had some. No, Jeff didn't. I'm
gonna talk bad about Stadia because I want I want people to know how it should be done.
But wait. Please don't say you're mad because they don't have your racing game or your. No. I will say that part of the reason that it disappoints me is that the game catalog is not quite what I feel it should be. Okay.
And I know that there's many steps to that I don't necessarily understand. Jeff could probably speak better towards the developer side of things. God, you are just rolling, man. What the hell?
Canadian. You see that, Jeff?
Man.
That's you know how much that is in American money?
What's that?
Or Canadian money? I don't know what YouTube pays it in. I don't know what he tips if that's it's $5 Canadian?
Yeah, it's $5 Canadian.
Oh, that's like $1 US.
Yeah, it's like 13 cents. Great job.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, my guy Bruce the Cheater, he hooked me up, man.
Why is he Bruce the Cheater?
Then
I love Bruce. I love
Jamie
I love
with
his
the $5 US.
Jamie, dude.
$5 US.
What is going on?
Okay.
I love Bruce's channel.
I'm just glad that they're donating to you so that you can buy some new shirts because that pink one was not working for you the other night.
Brand new. I just bought it. This is the first day.
You need to keep buying shirts, so that's good. It's a good thing.
You're right. I went shopping the other week because I wear too much gray. Everything is gray. It looked like I wear the same shirt all the time.
No, and it's super cool because you can shop in the kids section, so you can get things cheaper.
Is this true? Now that you know I'm 5'5".
Now they're just gonna pour in. They're just gonna pour in.
I know.
No, but seriously, like the game catalog could be better. Let's be honest. Are they wowing you with the games that they have on the platform? Absolutely not. Are they wowing you each week with the games that are coming to Pro? Absolutely not.
Except last week. Last week was a good week.
But last week was a good week for Grime. I already owned Killer Queen Black. I already owned It Came From Space and Ate Our Brains.
So if this is your direct complaint, fine. But so that's why I like to ask questions. What game do you want to come to Stadia? And then I like to ask, what game do you think should come to Stadia for everybody, right? So if your actual complaint, you're complaining yourself, well, you own this, you own that, cool. But for people who didn't own Killer Queen Black, I think it is a pretty cool game. I'm not big on indie games, but there's some. I think Killer Queen Black is pretty cool. Sleeper hit for me was that typing game. I went back and played it again.
That was a sleeper hit. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was a lot of fun.
If I seen a picture of that, I'd have like.
I did. I made fun of it in the game show. I made fun of it. There's 2 of those games. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
There's Epistory and there's Nanotale.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them. But doing the button combination and like trying to sit there and you got like these guys like walking over you, you're like trying to like speed through the button. It's actually a lot of fun. I will admit.
I didn't even know what it was when I first plugged it in and streamed it. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. Let's fire it up.
Yep.
Yeah, and I played it again.
I see a lot of people say that Luna is like a family platform.
Right.
They've got like a family channel and their games are a little lighthearted and things. I gotta be honest, guys. I think that Stadia is a family platform. They've got some games, you've got Dead by Daylight, you've got Doom, you've got Rainbow Six, you've got Cyberpunk, which is MA. But look at a lot of the games that are on there. Stacks on stacks on stacks, Fogs. The Nanotale games I thought were going to be kiddie games. Ari and the Secret of Seasons. Mm-hmm. These are all games that somebody out there really enjoys, and they're going to be pissed off that I'm talking bad about them. But they're not mature games.
Right.
Maybe that's what Stadia wanted. Maybe
and that very well could be. It very well could be. As a gamer, and as a gamer for a long time, I appreciate. Just as a gamer in general, I appreciate games so that I can try them. If you guys looked at my Google Play history from the Google Play Store on my phone, I download all kinds of weird stuff. You would probably never imagine that I would try in a million years, but I download it and I try it. And if I don't like it, I know I don't like it, I delete it. I've got stuck on some games on my phone that, I would have never have thought that I would have, but I like to at least try them, right? So I think that Stadia is definitely viewed differently by different people. I feel like it is catered to more of a family atmosphere, I think that there is definitely potential that we all see with a game like Rainbow Six, with a game like Cyberpunk, with a game like X Defiant that we know is coming, the Far Cry games. There's that potential to get those AAA games and really be a force, right? But there seems to be a hang up behind the scenes on doing some of that. And I feel like with a lot of the recent news that we've seen in past weeks, They're definitely pushing the tech. They're definitely pushing the tech, and the content is an obvious second. It's just my opinion. You know, the tech is wonderful. That's why I'm here.
Let me jump in there with your opinion. So we're gonna show you how it's no yes man. Let me pull your skirt up real quick, Mr. Rizak. So question.
Watch your eyes. Don't get poked in the eye.
Oh, damn. Yeah. All right. So if you feel it's because I disagree with that. So I think the video that was shown that there's like 11 games, kid games coming from that one company.
Yeah, right. It's like what is that puppy cartoon? What is it called?
Yeah,
you watch
Patrol.
it. Yeah,
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol.
Yeah. Yeah, for Christmas I took
and like,
my granddaughter
like the monster truck guy with like the eyes on the front.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. One of the games they showed is a Transformers game. I'm a Transformers fan. I might buy it just because I could transform and drive around. But it does look like the kiddie Transformer game. But now, if all those games was out now, I could go with your theory. But I feel like not really. So I'm big on saying something's a kid game, and Eli heard me say it so much he started to steal my thing, right? The little characters with small bodies and big heads, for me, it's like a kid's game. But some is just the animation style. So to be fair, a kid's game is more a game for kids, right? It's like when you have your YouTube channel and they make you select, is this for kids or is not for kids? For kids means this is actually something I'm making for kids. Like I remember I had to look that up because I used to put, oh, it's for kids, meaning, oh, kids can also watch my content. And I found out like, no, this means you're specifically making content for children. So my thing to you is, obviously Stadia platform isn't for children. Now, does it cater to kids? Yes, there's enough stuff on here that a parent could have their kids play, but I don't feel it is a platform made for children. Now, my question is this. What game would you want to be on here that's so adult that's not on here so you could feel like this isn't for kids? Like, because let's be clear. There's like barely that AAA games in a year. There may be 20 AAA games come out in a year, right?
It's hard for me to pinpoint exactly what I feel would make it better because everybody has a different taste, right? I have made it very clear that I have been an Xboxer for a long time, right? So a lot of those Bethesda games, you know, I love. I'm never going to see them on Stadia, obviously, because of the deal that they've made with Microsoft.
That's not true. So Bethesda said the games that they're already supporting, they plan to continue to support, and it's on a case-by-case basis. They said
true.
They're not going to just make because listen, I said this a long time ago. I think the smarter thing, who's the puppet master? The puppet master to me is the guy that bought Bethesda and still going to allow some of their games on your console because they're going to make the money, right? So I think Xbox is, again, Bethesda said it's on a case-by-case basis. So you might still get the next Doom on Stadia. You may or may not, but we can't just write it off yet because I
think more along the Elder Scrolls line of games because that's one of my favorite series, right? So Skyrim is a game that is, you can find it anywhere. Okay. You can find it anywhere. It's on every single freaking platform. It's not in the cloud other than on Game Pass, right? I just don't see them. I don't see them taking the time to port that over to what would now be considered a competitor. Even with what you said, I just don't see it, right? So that's kind of a miss for me personally.
But to be fair, I know you want to exclude it, but Elder Scrolls is an extension of Skyrim.
Well, Elder Scrolls is the series. Elder Scrolls is what it is. So it's Elder Scrolls Morrowind, it's Elder Scrolls Oblivion, it's Elder Scrolls
I'm even
Skyrim.
Talking about Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, at the end
Elder
of the day,
Scrolls Online is a completely different beast altogether. And yes,
it's still in the world, you know.
It is. It's just not. I'm not a big Elder Scrolls Online fan. I'm saying. I mean, Skyrim is completely different. Oblivion is completely different than Elder Scrolls Online, and some people would disagree with me on that. You know.
But that's my thing is, if you're saying it's catered for kids, but you can't really.
There's a game that
was not on here.
There's a game that started just today for the beta that I would love to see on Stadia, and that's Back 4 Blood. Okay. And that's because Left 4 Dead is a fantastic series. It is fantastic. And I think what's really funny about it is that in Zombie Army 4, they put out a Left 4 Dead skin for Zombie Army 4 that you can buy. It was actually free, I think, through the Stadia store. You know, and some people would read into that and be like, oh, well, maybe they have the door open. Maybe they do. I don't know. Yeah. That leads me to what my bigger issue is that, you know, there's a lot of information out there about the tech. Jeff, that excites you. You love the tech and everything. There's not a lot of information out there about the content. Right. And the tech brings you in, but the content keeps you. Mm-hmm. And I would just like to see some more transparency around the content. And because there's not any, you're going to have people that will say, oh, well, that's because they don't have anything, you know? Right. I disagree. I do think that there are talks and deals going on behind the scenes that none of us are privy to, and nor do we. And Jeff, you've said this many times before. It's not the Google way to put that out in the front, because now there's an expectation, and if we fail to meet that expectation, you know, now we look dumb, right? I just, you know, you hear the you know that I'm a big Rocket League guy. I'm not going to sit here and harp on that, but you know, the Epic Games lawsuit, he went out of his way to make it seem like Stadia was the devil or something. Google was the devil. Like, and then he turns around and we find out that he was the one that kind of held them to the fire. Like, oh, well, I'll give you my games if you know, you take away that percentage from me on the Google Play. So wait a second. This is, again, I say this until I'm blue in the face. If you want to know the real facts about anything in life, in video games, in politics, in business, whatever, follow the money. Follow the money. Because everybody is in this for money. They don't give a shit about making a game for your enjoyment. They care about how much money it's going to make. And they will take somebody's creativity, and they will take somebody's idea, and they will steal that from them, and so that they can make money. How many of these little companies have now sold their souls because they had this great idea and they did all this great work to build this phenomenal game that people enjoy, and big boy comes in and is like, oh, well, you know, I'll buy that from you from this amount, and you know, I'll help you make it even better, and then it just becomes completely different. Time and time again. Follow the money if you want to know.
What are your thoughts about this, real quick? I just want to throw in here because I want to get to some people who comment to let, you know, give them a chance. But I think there's a lot of people like Doc Dark, right? He's like, Stadia business model is terrible. It's trash. What are you guys' actual feelings about 4K should not be locked behind Pro?
Go ahead, Jeff. This is more of a techie question. You go first.
Shout out to Storm MM2K last night. I think it was last night. They were talking about 4K, and I know Storm does a lot of 4K streams. And in the chat, I said, I don't have a 4K phone. I have 4K televisions, but I don't put YouTube on it. I watch it on my little Google Pixel here. That's not 4K. So, you know, great. You go and, you know, everyone talk about 4K. When I look at my YouTube stats, most of the people watching my channel and my content are on phones. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you may have a 4K phone and maybe it does something, but 4K is not, you know, okay, why not 8K? There's no TVs that can't afford an 8K television. Yes, I've got a couple of 4K television, but I don't watch YouTube on it, right? So, you know, I think everyone throws this 4K number out in this 4K thing, but the reality is who's actually, I want to know who's watching on their 4K. Okay, I know William, sometimes he's watched my retro stream and they've had it up on the TV. You know, are they Chromecasting or are they, you know, so yeah, there maybe are exceptions, but I think a lot of people are watching on their phone. So who cares about, at this point, 4K, because we're not quite there right yet.
So I will agree with you, but I have to disagree with you. So when it comes to people having a gripe with something, right? It's better to have more than not, right? Because then people can't cry, right? So I don't care either, right? My screen that I primarily play Stadia on is my my laptop that I'm on right now, right? And it's only 1080p. Now my phone is 4K, but I don't play it on my phone in 4K. I play it on 720p. But I will say this: for the people, and this term, listen to Dr. Arkin now, there's a power narrative, right? Some people got the Xbox Series X because it's powerful. So they got pissed off when you have something like Flight Simulator and it's only 30 frames per second. They want that 60. So I feel like there's people out there that want to be able to have Stadia. They want to buy a game and play it at its maximal settings and not have to get pro. I think as far as business, it's smart business to do pro and kind of lock that away. I feel like the people who are complaining are the people that aren't really that into Stadia anyway. So it is what it is. Or they still got Stadia, but they're still complaining, but they still got Stadia. But I do understand, and I do think that people are entitled to, because what people do is this. Oh, well, you don't have to pay for it on xCloud. But you got to pay for internet to play games on xCloud. So everything has something locked away. Same thing as PlayStation Plus, right? I got rid of my PlayStation Plus subscription. So now if I go to play a game, I can't play online, right? Because you got to pay for that. So people just pick and choose, and Stadia happen to have their thing you can have a gripe with being, you got to pay for 4K.
And I like what Ryzak said about, a lot of geared for families. I wish that existed. I wish that existed a decade ago, because Ryzak's kids are a little younger than mine, but I had to buy 3 PlayStation. Go look downstairs. I've got several PlayStation 2s, several PlayStation 3s, 3 PlayStation 4s, because if I wanted to play something with the kids, we each had to have a stupid game, right? You go through some of my games. I've got 2 and 3 copies of the same game, because if we all wanted to play together, we had to own 3 copies of the stupid game. Now, yes, if I wanted to play the same game on Stadia, yes, I have to own multiple copies. Agreed. Right. But if I wanted to play a game and they also wanted to play it, we can do that, right? Because one of my sons is a founder pro like me. The other one doesn't have it, but he can still play all of our games, right? So I think it is. I wish that existed a decade ago. I know the tech wasn't there, but I think if they're making a move to appeal to families who want to play together, the younger families, not the Ryzaks and I, the families, like Sebastian. I think Sebastian would be perfect because yes, he's got the new one, which I guess was on the show. I guess I had it on the other screen, so I was only sort of watching. But in a few years, his younger with there are 3 of them and the wife, they're probably going to sit around and they're going to probably play a bunch of games together. Paw Patrol and whatever else, right?
And they're trying to put it on all the TVs, right? To make it easier for you to be in your living room, or to make it easier when you're in the car or you're at the restaurant, or how many times have I had my kids as they were growing up and we're trying to wait on something and I'm like, here, just take my phone, play a game. Yeah. There you go. Towards Stadia Pro, I will say this. I do believe that $9.99 is too expensive. I believe that it should be $5.99. The reason I believe it should be $5.99 is because, yes, you're getting 4 or 5 games a month, but these are not insane 4 or 5 games a month. They're games that have either been out on the platform for a little while or go ahead.
Here, the only thing I'll say to that is I talked to somebody the other day. This is what happened. Game Pass got everybody messed up in the game. The reason why Game Pass is so amazing because it's never been done before. A $9.99 a month to play. Again, hear me out.
It's
cheaper
$15.99.
titles. No. I'm going to Stadia real quick, right? So cheaper titles. You're gonna get cheaper. All right, indie titles, but they're usually cheaper, right? Or old AAA titles. $9.99 is not a problem. It's because Game Pass now started offering all this stuff that Microsoft is throwing money at the walls. So now everybody else is like, oh damn! Before $9.99 is like, yo, $9.99. Nobody's complaining about $9.99 until Game Pass revved it up, right? So, but Game Pass, listen, we can't always want everything to be something else. Listen, they're making competition, so it's gonna make they're gonna say, listen, Game Pass looks so great, we're gonna have to make it $5.99. But I feel like $9.99 wasn't bad at all. Look at and then people say, well, look at the quality of games. Go to PlayStation Plus. Every game was old as hell. You got 2 games a month, and it was old as hell.
Microsoft doesn't mind throwing some money at different things to see what sticks and what doesn't. Look at Mixer. Right. They spent a boatload of money buying Mixer. They spent a boatload of money getting Ninja and some other content creators over there, right? And then they went, you know what? this isn't going to work.
And you can say the same thing for Google too. Google throws money at stuff all the time. Look at the Google graveyard, right?
Exactly. Nobody wants to talk about that. When they talk about the Google graveyard, I go, what about Mixer? What about the Microsoft graveyard? Can I mention that?
Xbox is really good at marketing. Microsoft is really good at marketing. They bring in some really smart people that do a really good job at marketing. So
does Apple, as I've mentioned before.
Yeah, Ray, I was going to talk about that too, but somebody cut me off.
I just wanted to put it out there.
No, I get it. See, like, this is where we get into the murky water, and I'll go back to the Xbox thing in a minute. Let me finish the Stadia thing. Everybody is different. I don't care about 4K. I don't own a 4K TV, and I really don't care about 4K. And I don't care about 5.1 Dolby surround sound because I don't have surround sound. So I don't pay the $9.99 a month for those features, which is what it's really about. I pay the $9.99 a month because I want to be able to hopefully get some. It's almost like, have you seen these people on YouTube and Twitch and this, and they go on eBay and they buy like a mystery box?
Right.
And then they do like the unboxing of the mystery box, and they may spend like $100 on the box, and it might be like $15,000. It might be Bitcoin or something in it, or they might get a bunch of tissues, right? It's like a gamble to me. And it makes it exciting when the first of the month is approaching, and I get to find out what I'm going to get. $9.99 a month for me allows me a little bit of excitement to see 4, 5, 6, whatever games I may not have purchased, but it's a surprise to me. For me, that's why I think $9.99 is too much. I think $5.99 is more appropriate, more in line with what Luna does. I think that Game Pass offering what they do for $15.99 is a steal.
A steal. Yes.
If you are going to play those games. For me, I got it for $15.99 because it also allows me to keep my Xbox Live subscription, right? Okay. I probably only have touched, I probably touched more games on that stream that I did, that all-day stream that I did, than I have any other day. But the thing that I appreciate about Game Pass, and I know Ray will agree with me on this, and Vet, if he was here, would agree with me on this. You look at a game like The Ascent that just came out, and I haven't got to try it, but I'm going to play it this weekend. The fact that they announced it day and date there, I'll get to go try it. And if I like it, then I might buy it. Right. So Game Pass for me, that $15.99 a month is for me to be able to try certain things since they're putting so much on there.
But to be honest, I think that's an unfair statement because you said you're already paying in. Because Xbox Gold is how much? $10?
But I could have just paid $60 and had gold and not dealt with it.
Yeah.
But that's what I talked about their marketing. That's their marketing, though. You know, they're smart to say, hey, let's take these two things and let's mash them together and let's make a deal that's almost impossible to refuse. And guess what? We just went from $5 a month since gold is $60. So now we're getting $10 more a month from everybody. We've now tripled the money that we're getting from them or doubled the money we're getting from them. And we're going to throw these games out there to them. And we've got a whole catalog of games. Let's just call up some of these publishers. Let's make a little deal with them. And let's say, hey, we'll pay you X amount of money every time somebody pops this game on or for however many hours or whatever their deal is, because they have so many agreements with these people. Because for the longest time, it was Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation. There wasn't a Stadia or a Luna or a GFN or a Steam or for the longest time, it was just those guys. And they have so many agreements with these publishers that it's easier for them to say that. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I'll say this. Here's the thing. I used to have xCloud. I mean, I had Game Pass before there was a Stadia, right? Mm-hmm. And eventually I canceled it before Stadia came out. Why? It was pretty much Stadia, right? It was Stadia Pro. It was the little small games. I had a lot of fun with that game called Vigor. That was a lot of fun. I played. My one friend was super into the zombie game State of Decay, but these was games that could have been on Stadia that you're talking about, right? So eventually, I was just like, dude. And then I think the hard thing was it was no cloud, right? So you had to download these games and then uninstall the game. So I was just like, it's the same thing. Your issue with Stadia. Now, what was cool was when Gears of War 5 was coming out, they was like, it's included and you get it 4 days early. I said, whoa, they got a AAA game included. Then they start adding day and date games. Then now for me, Game Pass is such a viable option, but I'm past that because I like the cloud. Now I got xCloud with the $1 deal, and I did my Stadia versus xCloud maybe a month.
And you had fun.
And I did. It was cool, but I never played it again, ever. Right?
And that's fair.
I'm like you. I paid a $9.99 for these games that might come out. They might have a game like Grind that's included, which that was a good plus for me. But I don't know. I guess I'm like you. I'm just getting it just because I could care less about the 5 points surround sound. I got a 70-inch 4K TV in that room.
You don't play on it because your butt's always in that chair streaming video games.
Yeah, but
creating content, playing with Sandy.
Yeah. So that'd be tonight. So
But no, I think Ray and Stadia Pro were in there, and they understand why I wouldn't enjoy that now. I want to be very clear. I'm not
$9.99. Hold on, $9.99.
Oh my God, 99 cents again. What is going on here? Why does he like you so
I was holding off to put up his thing because I wanted to say it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not getting.
I don't. I'm not somebody that's going to parade around and be like, you shouldn't pay $9.99 for this. I'm not. I don't want to be hateful about this. I'm trying to have an adult conversation and be honest. Do I think that? Yes. Am I still paying it? Yes. You know. I
was going to say that.
I mean, I'm still paying it, right? And so because I'm an adult and I make my own money and I make my own choices, and I've said this before, I can pay $9.99 a month for that. I can pay $15.99 for xCloud. I'm calling it xCloud. I don't give a shit what y'all want to call it. Xbox Cloud gaming is just stupid. It's xCloud, damn it. If Microsoft wants to see me on that, then they can see me in the streets because it's xCloud.
Let me even match you. You know what else is stupid? Google Chromecast with Google TV. That's stupid too.
It is stupid. I agree. But for $27 a month, $28, let's call it $30 with tax. For $30 a month, I can have different entertainment at my fingertips.
Right.
I can't even take my wife to a movie for $30. By the time you get popcorn and a drink.
Right.
Damn tickets are $15 a piece anyway. Anymore.
They came down a little bit.
If you want to go, see it in all of its glory. But just saying, man, like we get so caught up on what's offered, right? And that's exactly what I said, right? I do feel it. I do agree with that sentiment, but I'm still paying it because I feel like it's a way of supporting Stadia. And I understand that the flip side of that, somebody that would want to troll me on that would be like, oh, what, do you work for them or you want to give them your money? They're a big corporation and they don't do anything for you and they've got enough money. They don't need your money. It's not about that for me. It's the principle of it. I feel like I am supporting a platform that I believe in because I'm hopeful that one day those games that I was talking about will come, or that game that I want to play, it will come over. I have to be honest. I hold my breath every time a new game is announced in hopes that I'm going to see that Stadia logo at the bottom because it makes me excited when I see that. When I saw X Defiant was coming, I knew nothing about X Defiant. It was a total flash of the pan for me. I didn't even know it was coming. And then they said, oh yeah, it's coming to Stadia. And I was excited about that. If Back 4 Blood had done that, I would have been excited about that.
What about what Nimitz just said? What's your thoughts on that?
So for me, it's too much. I think it is a great value if you are just locking into that and you play a lot of those games. I don't play a lot of Ubisoft games. I have Assassin's Creed and I have Rainbow Six Siege. And I don't know, man. I'm a Call of Duty guy. As much as I don't want to admit that in light of recent events. And I was going to make a point about that too. You notice how that was a big talk last week and they did that big walkout, and I don't know who invited the cheerleader in here, but she's kind of cute. I like the wig. There was a big talk and a big push, and everybody got real serious last week about Ubisoft and Activision. And it almost seems like it's a forgotten topic now. Like you don't really hear about it.
No, the president quit. Or
I get it. So that's supposed to solve everything, right? Like that's supposed to just make everything all better, right? We cut the head of the snake off, so that's all good.
It's so hard for me because I gave my opinions, but
I get it, and
I really don't know what this got to do with gaming, but
I'm sensitive to the
I got you.
The women that were involved, and you know, especially being a father of a girl, like it's disgusting. Let's be honest. And I actually haven't turned on Call of Duty. I actually haven't turned on, you know, anything Activision or Blizzard since, not because I'm in protest of it, because it actually crosses my mind. As soon as I think, oh, I might want to play Warzone, I'm like, yeah, F that, right? But that something like that's so serious can come and go in the blink of an eye. Yet almost 2 years later, we are still talking about Stadia every day. And everybody loves to point out what they do wrong, and everybody loves to talk about what they do right.
Right.
It just puts into perspective how important certain things are to people. That's all I gotta say about it. It's not really that prolific or anything. I always see stuff like that. Like we get so caught up on things in a moment because of emotion, and then it goes right out the window.
Yeah,
well, I think we just have to have
Warzone is dying. Warzone is dying a slow, painful death, and it will be gone soon.
You think so?
Nah, not at all.
No, it is because of all.
There's a lot of streamers that are not playing it right now
because of all the cheaters, because of everything that's cheating. It's unreal what's going on. And all the big streamers, Dr. Disrespect,
they're all playing Splitgate right now.
They're all moving to other things.
Split Zone, whatever that
but
game
listen,
is.
here's the same thing, though. Let me say this, though.
Apex Legends.
Apex and Valorant.
So hold on, let me say this. Did you know when Apex Legends came out, no one knew about it? It was never, ever, it was a game that was never advertised, ever. Not one, the only people who knew about it was people that made it. The day it came out was the day they advertised it. Mm-hmm. So what people didn't know was it went from nothing to the most played game for like 2 months. But what happened was that behind the scenes, they paid Ninja and a bunch of people to just play it, right? So it went crazy. When they stopped playing it, the numbers went, it was like a 92% decline, right? Yep. The game's still popular, right? So just because a bunch of YouTubers stop playing it, it doesn't mean the game is going to die, right?
No, it's not. No, the game is going to die because of the cheaters. And that's why
computer games are still going on forever, and people, that's all they do is cheat. What do you mean?
I think it's going to die. That's
a bold statement to say something's going to die. That's why I hate when people say it's going to die.
All right, when it dies, if it doesn't die, you can come back on No West Nest.
Well, it's not dead yet, so I don't even have.
Well, everybody said Fortnite was going to die like 6 or 7 times, right. But Jeff, you're still the oldest person that plays it.
Exactly.
No, and there was a private tournament for money. Guy was streaming it and cheated right there on the stream in a private tournament and was killing everybody with the cheats in a invite only private tournament, basically ruining his career because he got banned from the game. He got banned from Twitch. He got banned from YouTube. Like, he basically destroyed his entire life to cheat in a private tournament. They actually had to reset the entire tournament. Right. So I think unless they, and they're not, they go and delete a bunch of accounts and yes, G Millions, Warzone is cracked. I think the game is I think eventually it's going to die.
Jeff, why are you singling out Warzone? You think people don't, any game that somebody could play with a keyboard and mouse, which is a lot of games, where are you going? Mm-hmm. Any game that somebody could play with a keyboard and mouse, you could say the same thing. So just say every game with a keyboard and mouse is going to die, but nobody's saying Overwatch. Nobody's saying
no, because and there are cheaters in Apex, and there are cheaters in other ones, and there are cheaters and people develop cheats in Valorant, but they do a better job of trying to weed them out. Warzone seemed to have
so you watch one guy stream and cheat, and now Call of Duty's dead.
No, I watch thousands of people stream and complain about it. You can't go on Twitch and find somebody that's real happy with Warzone, or go and find how many people are streaming it. I bet you there are stream snipers. I bet you you can go through it. It's not. I'm not. Remember, I mentioned people you've never even heard of. Right? There are a lot of people in the Warzone community that are not happy.
Yeah, but listen, you're choosing, like for instance, my son, all he plays is Warzone, right?
Sorry, who?
My son.
Oh, your
all
son.
He plays is Warzone, and he plays on a PlayStation. Yeah, there's no keyboard and mouse on PlayStation.
Okay, but I'm talking about right, and I'm sure, and he does great because there's no cheats on there. But most of the people who played on PC are either have or will be giving it up. And the game.
This is what's hard is people say, look at Twitch and see how many people because they can't use consoles so they actually are able to see how many people are playing on PC, right? Mm-hmm. But that PC doesn't cover all the consoles. You can't. So like a game come out like what was something recent. A game comes out like Grime, right? And there's so many people are streaming it, and it's like, oh, that game's doing amazing, right? Because they could see it on the PCs. Like, anyway, it is what it is. But question for you, Ryzak. Stadia Pro want to know, do you and I pay for cable? So
I answered him. I answered him in the chat.
Okay, I just personally canceled my cable 2 weeks ago.
So we actually have YouTube TV, and I don't ever watch it. But my wife, she's got shows that she watches, so we have it. My daughter, watches MTV and stuff. The biggest reason why I got YouTube TV was so that I could watch it on my damn phone because we wanted to watch the Hurricanes games, and we were always on the road traveling for my daughter's soccer when they were playing. And so we wanted to be able to watch it or at least listen to it in the car when we were traveling. And then they couldn't come to an agreement with Fox Sports South, so now they've pulled the channel off YouTube TV, so now I can't even watch the Hurricanes games anymore. So stupid.
I do want to while you guys talk, I want to find one thing that
I'm with you, Ray. I've got it booted up right here, buddy. I'm ready to go.
Ray, the Cowboys are on Fox with my boy Troy and Joe, the best commentating duo out there. If they get rid of Jim Nantz and just let Romo do his thing, then that would be awesome.
All of them are awful.
My boy Troy and my boy Joe.
I like Romo the best out of them, but they're
Joe
still
is going in. Joe is going in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Joe Buck is terrible.
2 Hall of Famers and Tony is getting inducted this year. You wait and see. He is first-time eligible. He will be inducted, baby.
Joe Buck is horrible. Troy Aikman is horrible, and Romo is semi-horrible. But you know who is just signed a deal with ESPN, Jeff, is Robert Griffin III. He's going to do
RG3.
He's going to do some college games.
He's going to do college, and he's going to do a little Monday night.
So,
and the Manning boys are going to be doing their own Monday night content.
I do want to see that. That might be funny. But Stadia Pro, his next one down.
Did you watch the little college game show that Cooper, which is the other Manning no one's ever heard of, and Peyton were doing this?
I'm going to be honest with you, Jeff. I don't watch a lot of TV because I'm too busy making a goddamn game show. So, and watching one of Anthony's 12 streams that he does a week. And
whatever that is, what he does with his wife in bed.
Yeah, well, I'm usually right there. I'm the one with the camera. Stadia Pro, Stadia Pro next says YouTube TV not premium, so you're watching regular TV paying for a package cable. I'm not quite sure if I understand what you're saying there.
Because you didn't ask me, we live in a townhouse complex, so I pay a monthly maintenance fee that covers all sorts of stuff. Our cable is included in that.
Wow, that's cool.
Pretty cool. Canada, man, it's Canada.
Rightly or wrongly, a couple of years ago, there was a big discussion about why is that built into our condo. Nobody wants cable. Let's just cut that out, make the fee a little lower. But they struck a deal with the cable company, like 2 decades ago, and so yes, I have cable and I have different things, but because I have no choice. I could do all these other things, but I don't because why am I going to pay extra when I've already paid for it?
He's saying here because of Android TV. So is that something that you signed up for through that Chromecast with Google TV? Because I have my YouTube TV account loaded on there. So like when I go to the live section on my Chromecast with Google TV, God, can they come up with a better name? You're right. That's horrible.
Chromecast 2.
That's ridiculous. Just call it Google TV. Like, just shorten it down. But when I go to live, it actually brings up everything that I have on YouTube TV. So if you're saying subscribe to Android TV. Would it do the same thing on that, or is this something separate? I don't know enough about it, so sorry to sound like an idiot.
But while he's answering that, so it just got to be me. So I want to answer this because this is what I'm personally talking about. Call me the bad guy, but I just feel like I gotta voice my opinion. He might not even be watching anymore.
Come on, bad guy.
I didn't realize this till I went over, but Cloud Gaming Dad said it was a serious talk about mental health. Way to mock it. This is my problem. I really don't have a problem because I really don't care, but I do like to speak my mind. Why can't I speak my? Everybody has to walk on eggshells nowadays because everybody has a problem. Again, my opinion was just ignore it, right? So if you had to put the comment because I said something wrong, then don't have a problem with me actually speaking back. So if you guys did a good show, 3 guys having a conversation, but my name came up, why can't I say anything, right? Even if my name didn't come up, why can't I say anything? Why do I have to be the bad guy because I'm expressive, right? So here's the thing. You know what gives the bad guy more fuel is you saying something to the bad guy. You could have kept it to yourself and said nothing, and I would have said nothing. But you putting it out there. I don't know if that's a middle finger or thumbs up, but it doesn't matter. But my thing is, I just want to be me. I just want to. I'm animated. I'm wearing a damn cowboy hat almost every stream. That's just me. Why? I don't know if what I said was mocking. If it was mocking, but Jeff might be mocking.
Well, we don't. What we don't know is we don't know the context and how that's written, right? Because it's very hard to read emotion from words. Now, I can see where you would take this as, being almost like it was a serious talk about mental health. Way to mock it, asshole. Like that. I could see where you could get that. He could have been joking on the way to mock it too. That's why I gave you the thumbs up. We don't know. How many times do I tell you? I look from both sides of the glass, man. There are 2 sides to every coin.
I read it as the first one. I read it as the first one.
And that's very easy. That's very easy to read it that way. But what I will say is that for Lee, that was a very important topic, and it was a very serious episode for him, and so that may have affected him in. You and you were joking. I know you were joking with what you said because you did your whole little. I know you. I know how you do that, but it may have rubbed the wound. Ray said it during the show. What we do is we take the Band-Aid and we keep ripping it off, right? And that may have been what that felt like. So I'm not gonna knock him for it, but I also understand where you could feel the way you do. So see, I see both sides, man.
No, I get you. I see his side too, but here's my point. If you're gonna be bothered by somebody like me, bro, just ignore me. You're throwing fuel in the fire. I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna say something, then you're gonna get mad, and then everybody will like, look what Anthony said. Yo, stop poking me, right?
But you're also sensitive to it too. You're a sensitive guy, even though you try not to let it show, but you are. That's why you did a show with your granddaughter. That's why you do a show with your wife. That's why you do a show with your daughter. You're a sensitive guy. People just don't see it as being sensitive because they see you as Cowboy the character.
Well, listen, I am human, right? So I have certain senses. I mean, I feel like my tolerance is built up to a point, just from all the stuff I've been through. But I love the debate. I say I love entertainment. I feel like, dude, if I'm doing a show, right? I'm not gonna lie to you, this is good entertainment because this is probably what people will talk about tomorrow. But if I'm doing a show and I see that comment, I'm gonna say something. And
but then the same thing,
The
same thing can be said when you go in streams and make comments too, because you're very opinionated on other people's streams.
I am.
You know you are.
But hear me out though. I'm not the guy saying you really shouldn't bring stuff up. I'm not the guy saying we should stop doing this and that. I'm the guy that says, somebody said Alex, or somebody was like, Brandon, let me be your mod. I said, bro, I don't like mods. Why not? You need to delete people. I said, listen, if y'all want to act stupid in my comments, I'll have anarchy and chaos. I don't care. I'm not the guy on the other side like, you guys shouldn't be talking bad about each other. That's not me. But don't make a comment like that to me because I'm not the guy that's gonna be like, I ain't saying. Now, if I didn't see it tomorrow, I'll be like, all right, whatever. I don't have no energy for it. But you did it live, so don't think I'm not gonna say nothing.
But what I do know about Lee,
real quick. My point is this, my advice. If you're not built a certain way, then just ignore the bullies if they're the bullies. Just don't say nothing, because all you're doing is you're going to have them make some big thing, and here I am.
What I've always told my kids. That's what I've always told my kids.
And I don't disagree with you there, Anthony. What I will say for Lee, for what I do know about him, is that I know that he does like you and he does find you entertaining. And for him to even be in the show says that, right? It says that. It says that he wanted to be here to see you and Jeff and me, and he wanted to see what our entertainment value was. And he's definitely gone through quite a bit. I think Ray just put a comment up there about it. And, you know, you cannot appreciate something that somebody says.
Right.
What you interpret as one thing, somebody else can interpret another way. And that's why there's two sides to every coin. That's why there's two sides to every piece of glass. And it's why that I always try to promote people to look at both sides of it. You get so many people that stand on one side and they say they're transparent because they can see through the glass, but they only ever stand on one side of it. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, we're not bringing that up today. That is not coming up.
No, we're not bringing it up. But I just want to say this. I love to look at both sides. I always say put your feet in both shoes. But I also like to say I like making an educated guess. And me personally, that's my educated guess is, you know, obviously whatever I said annoyed him because it was way back when, and he wanted to make the comment. I just wanted to simply say, why even do it? Because then you're going to get mad that I responded. It just doesn't make.
Look at Ray's comment there. You don't have to put it on the screen, but just look at Ray's comment, and maybe that will help because, you know, I do think that Ray is making a great point there. So, you know, it's just everybody's got different ways of doing and seeing stuff, man. You know that. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, there's things that bother you. There's things that bother me. I've confided in you with some things that really bother me that we've said that we're not going to talk about, you know.
Definitely behind the scenes. Yeah, that's
right.
Between us behind the scenes.
Right. So, you know, I don't want my goal in this whole thing is not to intentionally hurt or piss people off. Right. It's just to be able to talk about things that others may not want to talk about or things that they did put out there. We said that from the beginning. You know, you put it out there, we might talk about it. Now, I will admit I probably got a little personal on some of the things that I said. And I think that Sunday's show kind of did reel me back in a little bit, thanks to Ray. But cool. I'm not hiding. I'm not going to not be here. I'm not going to not be a part of it. I might think twice or maybe three times before I say something, but I'm an emotional guy just like everybody else. I can, as soon as I get talking, man, I can get ramped up real quick. You know, how many conversations on the phone have we had that you just sit there and you like hold the phone away from your ear because I just go off. Like, so, you know, I don't want to say Lee's wrong, and you know, I don't want to discount his feelings, but you know, we don't know what's going on. We don't know.
Listen, again, you know, it's hard because I'm going to look like the bad guy, but dude, I can't be in everybody's household. I didn't raise everybody. That's not my problem at the end of the day. I have concern and compassion, but if I walked out the door every day and tiptoed around everybody who might had a bad day last night, that can't do that. And I was just raised like, we're just in this world. We can't, like, stuff is happening every day. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow when I go to work. So I just can't.
To Ray's comment, you know, what you said, you did it with your hands up and you did your voice. And I know you're joking, right? I know how to take that. I'm of the same kind of rules that you and Ray and some other people have grown up with, where we just pick at each other, and I don't take it personal. But that's not to say that somebody else does, because they don't get it. So, listen, you know,
that's fine. But all I'm saying is that's not my problem, and that's not my fault.
It's not.
And hear me out. Hear me out. And that's not my problem. That's not my fault. All I'm saying is this is what I don't like. The people who complain about me, but they're still talking to me or have a problem with me, right? So again, if I'm the bad guy, just leave me alone, because you know I'm gonna say something, right?
I complain about you to your face, I'm just responding. I complain about you to Jeff in our chat so that you can just see what I complain about you about. So, you know.
Yeah. No,
like
I mean,
how
I'm
Jeff
just
is my
saying,
favorite.
Like, I feel bad when people get mad at me, but I feel like it's a simple thing. Just don't listen. I love content. I love speaking my mind. Just avoid me then. I'm giving you your own advice against me.
Sierra Rose. I feel like that's like an awesome name for announcements.
It's true.
You know,
she was at. There was somebody in my stream a couple weeks ago, and they were saying some hurtful things, and she quickly just muted them. I'm like,
yes, she did.
I'm like,
this guy came in and he was bitching at Jeff for being a grandpa streamer and too old to stream and shouldn't be playing games and this and that. And Sierra was like, boop, 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 boop. Next thing you know, you saw person's timed out for 300 hours or whatever it was. Because I was typing, I was ready to go off on this dude, and then Sierra just muted him forever.
I had to pull the stream up to my kid. I'm going, do you know this guy? Is it one of your clowny friends? I figured it was just one of his clowny friends.
Oh, wow.
That you know, Ryzak, like one of your son's friends would say something to you. It's the same thing they would say to your face. Hey guys, this has been 2.5 hours.
Yeah, right.
And there's football to watch.
I think it's pretty cool that we can just ramble on and on and on, and it doesn't feel like no time goes by.
Well, it feels like an hour and a half for you.
Yeah, that's true. I had it easy.
You're right, Zach. Oh, it feels like an hour and a half to me. Or
I do want to appreciate Ray. I do want to appreciate Ray putting his spin on it, and he was trying to, set the tone. But it's all good. I appreciate it.
I really hope Lee's gone to bed because
we spend a lot of it's kind of like work. You wind up spending more time at work than you do at home. Sometimes we spend a lot of time on here, and we spend a lot of time with each other, and there's a lot of things that are said, a lot of feelings get thrown around, and this and that. Yeah. At the end of the day, I appreciate everybody for what they do, even the ones that I've talked trash about, and keep on keeping on because it gives me something to talk about. So. And if you if you didn't know, Anthony's really soft. He's really soft. Don't let that black cowboy hat and that little shaved goatee fool you, okay? Because he is a softie. You should have heard him talking about his wife and his daughter on his stream the other night, talking about how proud he was, and his daughter's just like him. She's his favorite. Blah blah blah. Sandy's a freak. That's That's what.
Right.
That's because he's tiny. I didn't know he was that tiny.
Yes, I am.
Now I know why he's little ant.
I'm little ant.
You remember, Jeff? You're a sports guy, so you remember this. You remember Anthony Hardaway back in the day?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember how he used to do all of his Sprite commercials and stuff, and he had a little penny.
Remember Spud Webb?
Oh, now see, we just gave you some material. So
yeah, what's cool though, bro? I've been hearing the short jokes for so long. I always tell people if you want to do short jokes, you gotta get some more material. I done heard them
I think what's fantastic is that we can probably tell you all the short jokes in the world. They would all just go over your head.
Yeah, you said that the other day. So you even rehearsing me.
I like it. It's pretty funny. My kids walk up to the elevator. They see Anthony jump and look for the button.
Yo, your kids are probably either tall now or going to be really tall.
Actually, no, because I told you my wife is only 5'2", so
5'2", yeah.
my son is he's going to be a late bloomer like me. To be honest, man, I was only 4'10" and 95 pounds in 9th grade when I started 9th grade, and then I went 4'10", 5'3" my sophomore year, 5'8" my junior year, and then 6'3" my senior year. So I had major growing pains all through high school. My mom used to be taking baby oil and old wives' tale. She used to rub baby oil all over my legs at night. And then I finally topped out at 6'4.5", but my son is the same. He's only 5'1.5" right now at 13. So he's feeling what I used to feel. I'm like, dude, it's going to happen. Don't
baby oil, man. Come on. Here's what's funny. Gamer TV and he,
baby oil.
He wrote me before. And we was right in the DMs, and he said, "I'm gonna call you Little Pistol." I never told him if I was short or not, so he just put Pistol. But it's funny because I never thought when he first said he said Little Pistol, I was thinking
that's good.
I don't think I ever said my height, but anyway.
Oh damn! Ray said he's 5'6" with 10 inches of Anthony Mama Love toy. Dang.
Did he really say that?
He did. Go, keep going down a little bit. There you go. Right there. Bam. Yeah. They call him tripod in the streets.
I knew Ray was short because his camera's always like this on him.
Yeah, well,
can't reach too short to reach the camera.
What I think is
thank you guys.
What I think is hilarious. Hold on, let me. I got to get this last one out now. You're making fun of him because the camera doesn't see but half of his face. What people don't realize is that your feet aren't touching the floor right now.
Probably not.
Your feet are just dangling, and you got the chair on the lowest setting.
Jeff, you gonna let him talk to me like this, man?
Yep.
Oh, Jeff's happy because he's finally taller than somebody.
Thank God. I used to be 5'10", but I think I'm now 5. I think I've gotten shorter in my. I'm starting to go the other way. I'm starting to shrink.
So great.
So, yeah. You wait. You'll get there when you're only in your 30s, right, Zach?
That's right. For 6 more months.
Yeah. You're only in your 30s.
Go ahead, Anthony. I know Jeff wants to go because he's got like some Grubhub or something there. So take us out.
Wingporium. God. Shout out to Wingporium in Port Credit, Mississauga, for delivering me the wings.
Guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of No Yes Men. I can be fair. We've definitely toned it down, man, from the first 3 episodes. So we did after my first episode. I personally said, you know what? I did my past drama. I really don't have. I mean, yeah, I go through the week and I watch stuff if I see something I want to talk about, but I'm not trying to dig up old stuff. Unless it's good to talk about, but. But I feel like this show is getting really good grounds. We're bringing up topics. We're not a yes men because someone did call us yes men. But as you can see, we disagree with each other, but we want to put on an authentic show where we can touch topics. And like Ryzik said, we're touching stuff that typically some people don't want to touch. They kind of like, and we touch it in great detail, right? We actually say everything. So that's what we're bringing to the table every Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. Next week, Ryzik will actually be on time. So you guys could be a little more entertained. But and Jeff probably won't be in a bar either, because that did happen on the first episode, guys. So make sure you check that out if you didn't know. Jeff was late and in a bar.
We may not be able to do next Thursday.
Uh-oh.
I'll let you guys know. We might need to change the day because I might not be here. So
got you.
I'll let you know. My wife's birthday is on Friday, and we have a concert to go to Thursday night. So
nice. Well,
probably should have brought that up off stream. But I'm so far behind, man. I've been so wrapped up in Game Over that I haven't even looked ahead. So,
you know what's cool is, like I said in the beginning, we have a hub that people could go to. So it ain't nothing for us to change a date. And when they go to the hub, they're like, "Oh, this is when it's coming on next week," because we put our episodes in advance. Mm-hmm. But
what were you gonna say, Jeff?
I was gonna say I'm Retro Rewind. I'm gonna be on the road for Retro Rewind on Sunday. Not sure exactly where I'm gonna be yet because I haven't figured that out yet. But I'm gonna be on the road. So I'm going to be, and Monday night for my SBCN stream, I was in the hotel a couple weeks ago. I'm going to try and be out actually at the lake. Nice. I'm going to try and stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to have Wi-Fi, maybe doing it from my phone. So I'll have to see.
Oh,
see,
Ray
I'm glad that I said something, Ray. See,
right.
William, I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything or not. So if you want to let me know if I can say it in the chat, then I will. If not, I'll let it go. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, Anthony. Oh my gosh. Dang, got my grub. Look, you're hiding my food. Look, I got grub. Dang, I'm getting served.
Let me move it. Go ahead.
I got pot stickers and rice, man. Got some sauce.
Will said yes.
Oh, okay. So Jeff, this might be a surprise to you as well. I will actually be with you guys on Sunday for Retro Rewind again.
Oh, come on.
Booyah!
You'll be stealing some of my spotlight, man. This is supposed to be Big Mike and Little Ant as guests. What the hell is he doing?
I'm looking forward to Big Mike. Sorry. The other guest was meh.
I am sort of kind of the fill-in guest host for Blake whenever I can. So William reached out to me to see if I was available this week, and he said Anthony and Mike are on the show, and I said, you know what, I got to be there to keep the leash on Anthony, so I'll be there.
Listen, this is gonna be cool. We're gonna be talking about consoles. I don't have anything. You guess you can't take me anywhere.
It's gonna be good. All right, I'll kick this thing off. Let's go. I am Gaming Ryzak. I have a game show called Game Over that just had a fantastic final episode for the first season between Clive Illenden, who was the winner, and Dr. Spaceman Sebastian. If you were not a part of the show, please go check out the replay because it went all the way down to the tiebreaker. I will be putting a highlight video out most likely tomorrow for those of you that don't want to sit there and watch an hour and a half of me talking. But it's fantastic. I will be on Retro Rewind on Sunday with these guys, as well as William and Ray and Big Mike. And then next week, I'm going to take over my, well, maybe not next week, but maybe the week after. I'm going to go back to my 8 o'clock slot on the SBCN and do a little game streaming. Let's get back to the basics here for a couple of weeks while we work towards season 2 of Game Over in the fall. But I'm going to finish this up, let these guys finish their thing up. I'm going to eat these pot stickers, and I'm going to go play some X Defiant. So y'all have a good night.
Ray, is that not the greatest picture of all time right there? Right there. 3 Hall of Famers right there. Look at that. That is, I got to get that framed. That is the best.
Do it again, Jeff. Do it again, Jeff.
Look at that. That is the best picture right there. 3 Hall of Famers. 3 of the greatest to ever wear the silver star. Just saying.
And this is what Ray has to say to us.
Got that right. Got that right.
Anyways, guys. So, thanks for tuning in.
I'm Jeff.
Appreciate it.
You guys can find me on YouTube. Don't forget Retro Rewind on Sunday, tomorrow night, 6:30. First Friday of the month, I'm back to playing SpongeBob on the PlayStation 2.
That's riveting gameplay.
Because I suck at the game. I suck at the game so bad, but I have so much fun playing it. And next week, I'm going to go back to playing the Pirates game. I really enjoyed that Pirates game. So I want to thank everybody for being in the chat, Sierra and Ray and Bruce and countless others that made their...
Jamie Reed.
It's a great show, Jeff. You did a great job today.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Anthony, where can I not find you? Because I know I can find you everywhere.
You know what's funny? I was going to write down a list of all my shows and times so I could be good with it. But were you
going to get one of those big fool scaps? Remember those big fool scaps in paper that they used to have?
No, I'm just going to put it in my phone.
Flip chart?
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get the big flip. You need the big flip chart that you need to write down all of.
You need a dry erase board that you can bring in behind you or something. Yeah.
I might ask Proto, could I get his his whiteboard? It's
in the basement. You can just take it whenever you want.
So guys, you can find me. I started a new show I think what I'm using is my Wednesday show to switch out shows, right? To see how as it goes good and then it dies down and I create something new. But Wednesdays you could catch me for All-Purpose Champ Power Up Plus Olympic Games Challenge Show, where you guys get to come in the comments and challenge me or other people, and I'll stream it. You could catch me every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Besides probably next week because of Ryzak. Ryzak, you all right?
Dude, I just read what Ray wrote in the chat. I was trying to eat.
Wow. All right,
it hit me hard. I'm sorry. Ooh. I almost choked. I almost died.
Ray's just jealous. Ray's just jealous.
Yo, Ray. So anyway, but guys, you catch me here with these two guys, telling it like it is, keeping it real, doing our thing. For No Yes Men, it fluctuates for different channels, but just go to the No Yes Men channel because you wouldn't even know what channel it's on because we always have it set up for that next couple weeks. Then on Thursday nights, you could catch me with my wife laying in the bed, as Jeff say, for the Sandy and Anthony show. That'll be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern and every Thursday. And then also, oh, guys, catch the show. This was such an awesome show. For the SBCN, myself, my daughter, Lena Love 18, and my wife, Sandy Beaches, we do a show called Triple Slam. It's the 3 of us, but instead of switching, since we all stream off my account, we just decided to make it one big block. And this week was cool. I started off game streaming, a bunch of games. Then Lena was streaming a little bit, and she went into her whole talk, asking you guys questions. And then my wife, it was just all out hell. She had Ryzak come on the show. She had Doc Dark 1985 come on the show. We was guessing people ages.
Doc Dark was talking trash to me, man.
Doc Dark was talking trash to Ryzak.
I'm gonna have to do a diss video for Doc Dark, man. That was not right.
This video, he was, I was talking about how his Jesus on his arm looked homeless, and we was talking about Ryzek's porno mustache. It was a great time. So next week, just imagine we're gonna turn the dial up a little bit more. That's every 6 o'clock p.m. It starts with me on Tuesdays for the.
So make sure you tune in at 7 when Lena starts. That's when the show starts.
You can tune in at 7 for Lena. She asked people if we could only choose me, my wife, or her, who would they watch? Most people said her. That was some nonsense. And then if you want to skip Lena and myself, you can tune in at 8 p.m. and just catch my wife, Sandy Beach. But with that said, guys, I don't even worry about what else I do. Oh, by the way, I took off today. You guys see this right here? Stadia Avengers. I took off today for August 17th for the Black Panther DLC. I'm going to be streaming of Marvel Avengers all day. So I'll be doing Stadia Avengers all day.
I want to ask you a question. Will you please make sure, I know you can do it. You really need to wear a Black Panther costume while you do this.
Honestly, I don't even like the Black Panther.
Come on, man.
Black Panther's too big for outfits.
Come on, man. Wear the Black Panther costume.
I'm not a Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
He's a trash character. Let's just be honest.
Come on, but you're so excited about the DLC. You should wear the costume. And if you buy it from Walmart, you can just put it back in the bag and take it back after you wear it. They'll take it back.
The only time I dress up is on Friday the 13th. I dress up in full Jason gear. But anyway, guys, that's where you can catch me. Ryzek, you want to take us out?
No, I already said what I do, but thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking around with us and supporting it. And, you know, we love talking. So
we will see you. We will see you all sometime next week.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Take care. Bye.